Welcome back to another year of live streaming football here from Venice High School, the VSN broadcast with myself, John Massoni, and one of my partners this year, but my A partner, Mr. Trey Burton. Trey, great seeing you here, and we're happy to have you with us for a good portion of the games this year.
Yeah, man, I'm excited. I always have a good time hanging out with you and watching some really good, high school football.
Yeah, no doubt, and tonight's no exception with our Kickoff Classic being against Tampa Bay Tech. We'll get into a little bit about Tampa Bay Tech and what they've done over the last few years a little later, but any discussion about this year's team really needs to start with last year's team.
Yeah.
And last year, I know everybody looked at at the end of the year and you didn't get that final goal with the state championship, but lots of highlights from last year's team with a 9-4 record, a district championship, a regional championship, then in the state finals, a loss to Lakeland, 21-14 down in Drive Pink. Actually, you could call it Lionel Messi Stadium now, what he's doing down there. It's like kind of fun to watch.
Yeah.
That stadium be packed out and looks like they're having a good time down there. But I know you were there for a state championship. I know you were there for a lot of the games during the year, either there or watching on our live stream. I think it was a really competitive team, and more than competitive, they're a really good team.
Extremely. Yeah.
That had to go through a lot of things, including a hurricane. So,
Yeah.
any thoughts from last year?
Yeah, I mean, they played the hardest schedule in the state last year and ended up with a 9-4 record. Played two of the four losses were against teams that can't even compete in the playoffs,
Right.
because they're a
Right.
private school and they recruit and those types of things. So, extremely successful season last year. I think they've been in the state championship the last 4 years.
Last
3 years.
Last three, yeah.
And so, the ticker is trending upwards, for this Venice Indian football team, and they're a lot of fun to watch. And this year, there's been a lot of positive talks about the team.
Yeah, no doubt. And then last year's team had a lot of standout players on it.
Yeah.
Some guys that have gone on to play at the next level. Damon Wilson, probably the one that popped off the page the most.
Yeah.
The DN from Venice that's now enrolled and playing at Georgia, and looks like he'll get some significant time, I think, playing. So
he was so much fun to watch last year. He's definitely going to go down as probably the best player that Venice has ever had, specifically from an athletic standpoint. Obviously one of the highest recruited players that Venice has ever had,
Right.
with almost every Division I, probably every Division I, school
Sure.
offering him a scholarship. But he was so impressive. It's going to be awesome to see him play at Georgia. Not many freshmen get to play at Georgia.
No.
You think every year they're recruiting all these, high-level 5-star and high-level 4-star players. So it's going to be fun to watch him develop, watch him get stronger, and once he gets on that meal plan and in the weight room and all those types of things, to see the player that he's going to be able to blossom into
Right.
will be really special.
Absolutely. Also, Elliot Washington, defensive back, enrolled at Penn State. Elliot was just a phenomenal athlete.
Yeah.
And we have a few this year. We'll get to that as well. But that 6 foot 2 corner
Can run.
and can run like the wind.
Yeah.
That's a really unbelievable talent to have. And I think I saw some highlights on Twitter and whatnot of him doing some heavy duty stuff in the weight room as well. So that's always I know you probably know that's a mark of they like to see that when you're going in there, you're a skill guy and you're tossing on some good weight.
No question. And all these guys, from when I was playing to now, they get the best possible coaching that you're going to get at a high
Right.
school level. So you can look at these guys and say, man, they have a legit chance to play as a freshman, where a lot of kids, are basically going to redshirt or going to sit out a year. So he'll be another guy that's going to probably be in the running. I would think at least as a returner,
Right.
just because of how fast he is.
Right, absolutely. Then you have Finn Jones, tight end, a young man who came into the program last year. He had played some offensive line where he played before, and they turned him into a tight end. And he's got all the measurables.
Oh, no question.
Now it's a matter of what he can do with it over at AFFAU. They're going to give him a good opportunity there. Keon Sears, kind of the guy, like with Keon. You wanted to get the ball to him as much as you could last year. He was super exciting with the ball in his hand, and a tough guy. I don't know Keon's actual measurements, but I'd say 5'6" would be maybe stretching the ruler out a little bit.
Yeah.
But he was electric,
Yeah.
and I think that he went off to Ferris State. I think wherever he ends up, with his work ethic and his explosion as an athlete, I think he's going to have a lot to do.
No question. And a lot of times guys like that, they're late bloomers, and so I'm sure he'll get his chance, and he'll perform at a really high level.
Right. And then last but not least, Brooks Bentley, quarterback for us last year, came in last year, is going to Wingate for his college career, and Brooks was, Coach would talk about the different quarterbacks, you being one of them, obviously, as well.
Mm-hmm.
And, I think he always tries to describe him uniquely in some way or another, and he just, Brooks just got it.
Yeah.
And he had the idea. He kind of fit the role as leadership, his understanding of the football game in particular, picking up the vernacular, which is always something difficult as well.
Always.
And right off the bat, he was a guy. I think that, and we always say this, but you never know, but another year to start, he was just figuring out his role and from the running game and everything else. And I think it was that he had a phenomenal year with us and did a great job leading us to the state finals.
Yeah, and he's one of those guys that's going to continue to develop, at the next level and continue to, accuracy and be arm strength, and he can obviously run the ball really well as well. So those are all things that he's going to continue to pick up and get better at, as he is playing in college.
Absolutely. And other seniors that played last year, obviously it's a really successful situation. They had all a huge part in all the successes that Venice had the last 3 years, especially. And hats off to them for whatever they're going to do, and if it's college, if it's a career elsewhere, whatever they're going to do. All the best luck in the world. But I do know that the memories of what happened last year and the years before that probably will resonate there for a long, long time.
No question. Do we have any of the guys last year that have come back to coach? Do you know off the top of your head?
And, not that I know of that from last year's team just yet. I know that a few of them stayed around before they went to school and helped out in the spring.
Cool.
I think that's where we're at with that so far. But they always come back.
Of course.
You know that. There's a lot of folks. You look at some of our JV staff and our freshman staff. There's always sprinkled in with guys that have come back. Heck, Jared Hewitt, who was playing in the NFL, and he came out when he got cut.
Yeah.
He came back and coached, and then he had to leave out before the playoffs were over because he got a chance to go out and play again for Seattle. So all that is the case, but it's always a good situation when you're a part of that success, and it's something you're always going to hang your hat on. When you come in here and you see those banners hanging up and all that stuff, you knew you had a big part of it, which is really great.
And that goes to the family culture that Peacock and all the coaches have created, here.
And that's true. And even this year, you asked about new coaches. We had a coach or two that left us last year that were pivotal in a lot of things we did.
Mm-hmm.
Coach Jared McManus was up here in the press box with us as the sort of the offensive guru for Coach Peacock, and he is retired officially.
Yep.
And then Coach Dave Butler, who's a Venice High alumni from back in the late 70s. And Dave's been a mainstay for years and decided he wanted to hang his coaching whistle up, and he did. But you got Josh Hunter here, who's been sort of with Coach Butler, and so in all these cases, the guys that are there will slide in, and some new faces will come in, and I'm sure with that culture that's created, they'll find their role and they'll find their place.
Well, Butler was there when I was playing in 2006 to 2010, and I can't even speak to how impactful he was on so many guys' life. And I'm sure that just continued the last 10 to 13 years. So what an awesome coaching career he had, and he should be really proud of the lives he's changed and helped.
What Dave brought was sometimes the kids, it's hard to relate to. Oh, back in the day. Yeah. But when the back in the day guy is there, and he's telling you how he had his heart ripped out because it didn't happen for him or whatever it may be. Yeah. What was supposed to be his last pep talk after the 2021 championship or before was he said, "Look, get this from me. This is for me because this is what I want. I wanted this for myself, and you guys do it. I can relate how much it's going to mean to you if you do that." He did come back for one more year after that, so I'm not sure if it was a ploy or whatnot. But it's true to have that person who they can say, well, man, he did it. He played on this field. Mm-hmm. He did all the things that we're doing, and he had the emotion attached to it. I think the kids really bought into that.
And I'm sure he'll be around throughout the year. I would imagine he'll probably be at all the games as well. So we'll see him around.
Right. So right here we'll take a quick break, come back, and we'll talk a little bit about this upcoming season, this version of the Venice Indians, the 2023 version, and we'll talk a little bit about Tampa Bay Tech as well. With that, we'll take a commercial break and be back here at Powell Davis Stadium in a few minutes.
It's the Out of This World sales event at Douglas Jeep Chrysler Dodge Ram, and we just launched the most stellar deals of the year. It's Jeep season, so blast off in the new Jeep Compass Limited from only $339 per month, or leave the world behind in the new Jeep Grand Cherokee from $429 per month. It's Ram season, so shoot for the stars in the new Ram 1500 Quad Cab from only $369 per month. Don't miss the Out of This World sales event going on now at Douglas Jeep Chrysler Dodge Ram in Venice. Who has Out of This World savings? Douglas does!
It's Maverick for our friends at Tommy's Express Car Wash. You won't find a better wash than at Tommy's Express. 3 minutes in and out to save you time. With Venice now open, Tommy's now has 8 convenient locations in the area and many more to come. Join the Tommy Club here and you're a member at them all. Text the word WORKS to 52884 and get a free Works wash. Good luck this season and go Indians!
You know what I mean?
Before we get started with the rest of our pregame show, we'd like to take a moment now to talk about a friend, a colleague who worked with us for the past, at least 10 years up here in the press box, Mr. Jim Burgess. Jim was our scoreboard and Jumbotron operator. He did all our commercials and everything else up here, and he suddenly passed away this past spring, and we wanted to honor Jim and thank him for all his service and pass our condolences on to his family. Good guy, loved football. I mean, he was like, I don't think Jim played football,
Okay.
but I think if Jim could have had an opportunity to go back in life, he would have strapped it up one time and given him all good of hell for a couple plays. I promise you that.
I love it.
He loved it. Big Chicago Bear fan, too.
Really?
Yeah, so he used to talk about you all the time. And so going to miss him a lot. He was a good guy, good egg. Man, I'd show up here. I don't care what time it was. Our guy Francis from Vibrant Aspect Media is probably here before him, but Jim would be here super early, and he'd be pacing up and down this little alleyway here saying, like, what's the game going to be like tonight, John? And, like, I'd say, oh, we'll be all right. But
He just loved it.
He loved it. He loved it
awesome.
a lot. So we're going to miss him a lot. So my memories to Jim. With that, we're going to go ahead and talk a little about the 2023 Venice Indians. And I always put this down, and he hates this now. Coach John Peacock, in his 17th year of coaching, right?
Jeez.
As the head coach, he's always like, no, it's not. And I'm like, look, man, get your fingers out and start counting. 20, start with 2007. That's a year, you know. And so he's at 17 years now. Obviously highly successful.
Yeah.
The 2 state championships, multiple district and regional championships. But he's back, and this is what he envisioned. Aside of a few aesthetic pieces, maybe a better press box for us up here, and a few other things. John's got it where he wanted to get it, and so here we are. And it's a great situation to be in. I know the staff has been, for the most part, the core staff has been around for a long time, led by Larry Shannon, our defensive coach. Larry and John are like if they were a married couple, listen, they get along just fine. You know what I mean? They are good together. But Larry does a great job, and so does a lot of the guys that have been here a long time. But with that, looking forward to this year, and starting with the most important games of the year, our district opponents, the two teams we play, Riverview and Sarasota, rivals not only because of the district, but because, they're up the block. Yeah. And so how do you feel about the district, and what do you think, in general, about that kind of a small district?
Yeah, anytime you play any team from Sarasota, Manatee, or Charlotte County, those are games definitely circled on the schedule. I'm so confused. A lot of times, every year it feels like the districts change. The amount of teams change.
Yeah.
Who you're playing changes. So I just know that John always puts out the hardest schedule in the state, and I know it's going to be an awesome year from that standpoint. We're going to be able to see some big-time players on other teams, and then we're going to be able to see our big-time players, compete at a really high level. So I think overall it's just going to be a great year and a lot of fun to watch.
We did a media day on our 941 Sports Zone podcast we do at Vibrant Aspect Media once a week, and we did a media day with some of the coaches, and the area itself, just from the conversations that we had with those coaches, talk about culture and being mentors to these kids, and a lot. I mean, it really resonated with me that's the way you started. That's how it started here. Yeah. How it got better. I mean, there was tradition, obviously, and there's tradition at all these schools. I mean, a school like Southeast that sort of struggled the last couple of years, man, they can go back and look at state championships and players like Peter Warwick and Adrian McPherson and whatnot, and all around the area. And that being the case, I think this is going to be a very hot area for high school football, and it resonates with the fact that Venice is the big dog.
Always, yeah.
I mean, the big dog. You're talking about being number 1 in 4S. as far as that's concerned, as far as the rankings and max preps. Number 9 in the state overall. That including 2 teams that really can't play for playoffs with IMG and Clearwater Academy International. So that being the case, you know, there's a lot of good things happening in the area, and Riverview and Sarasota are a big part of that culture and growing the strength in the area.
Yeah, I think it's kind of time to let the cat out of the bag now. I think everybody around this organization, this program, is extremely excited about this team. I think this team has one of the opportunity to be one of the best teams Venice has ever had.
Yeah.
And I sit here and I listen to some of the interviews. I talk to some of the coaches and that type of stuff. And, you know, on the offensive side of the ball, they're returning the whole offensive line.
Correct.
They have a tight end that was on varsity last year. They have, Peacock's openly said this is the best wide receiver group Venice has ever had.
Yes.
And then he has 2 quarterbacks that are 2 of the best in the state.
Absolutely right.
And so, and then the running back room is one of the best running back group they've ever had here at Venice as well. So, from the offensive side of the ball, this is going to be lights out. It's going to be so much fun to watch.
That's the thing. It's like you look at everything and you say to yourself, this, on paper.
Yeah.
I don't think it's hard. And we always talk about. We had an argument one time with a bunch of guys that won the 17 championship about the teams the best. But talent-wise, you guys 08 might have been the most talented team because all the kids that went to college. I don't know if this team might not be more talented right now.
It's going to be, and like, this is the fact that you have all those returning guys on varsity, and then you have 2 quarterbacks that are plug and play. And so people don't understand how important that is from a training camp installation standpoint. You're installing plays, but you're just going over them. You don't have to go to the minute details because the guys already know them.
Absolutely right.
And the 2 guys that you have to get caught up to speed are the smartest guys on the team, you know. So it's not like it's a challenge for them to get caught up.
And the throws are quality.
Yes.
The guy who's the backup, you know, Z or X or whatever receiver, he's a guy who can play as much as the other guy can. He's not the starter, but he's getting reps with the guy who can throw it and spin it like the other guy can. So it means a lot to their progression and how they're going to get better. You know, like we talked about it, the ones versus the ones, offense and defense. We'll get into defense in a second. It's a battle.
No question.
It's a definite battle with that.
And it's a legit quarterback battle, you know, for the whole spring camp and everything like that. And so now these guys are just coming in here, and Peacock's openly said that he's going to have weird looks where they're going to both be on the field at the same time, and you don't know who's going to throw it at all.
It's almost like, you know, the guy who got it's the present under the Christmas tree. You open it up and you're like, it's more than I expected.
Yeah.
And it's going to be a matter of getting that sort of wired in. Real quick before we go to defense, overall returning starters from last year's team. You got Ryan Matulovic at wide receiver. You've got Alvin Johnson and Jamaris Wilder at running back. The entire O-line, and John has even gone further to say that while there's the 5 guys who started last year, there's 14 guys that he feels comfortable putting on the field total. So that's a lot, and that means something. He said there's some guys that are young kids that are pushing these guys, and they're making them better in the weight room, on the field, everywhere. Eli Seed, leading tackler from last year's team, is back, inside linebacker. That part of it is almost, it's kind of hard. I always say, man, you want to have that quarterback returning if you can. Yeah. But you want to have that signal caller on defense, that guy that when you look in his eyes, he expects something out of you. Yeah. And Eli Steed is that guy. Carter Dalton, a ball hawk, a good tackler as well, outside linebacker for Venice, and then Dalen Platt, who, listen, we got to talk about it. We'll talk about one of the guys that transferred in here in a bit. But Dalen is pretty close to 6'4", can run like the wind, and he plays cornerback. Yeah. I mean, that's
and a little bit of wide receiver too, right?
And he'll play a little on the offensive side as well. You're a returner. It is very, very impressive to see what he can do and what he's done, and he'll be doing a lot on both sides of the ball. With that, defense. It just felt like you were gutted a little bit. You only had 2 returning starters from defense last year. No, 3 with Dalen. But there we go. You got some guys that were backups and underclassmen who have come up. You've got some guys that were ready to play and they're ready. They think they fit in the role right now. You have a young guy in Ashari Charles who could be the next version, maybe bigger, of Damon Wilson. Wow. Keep your eye on him tonight and other nights.
That's saying a lot.
It is, and we talk about it. We always sort of mutter it under our breaths because you don't want to say too much. But he's good. In the spring game, he was dominant in the spring game. And then you have the back half, which is going to be. I mean, it's talented as you can imagine. Charles Lester, who came in from Riverview to be at Venice, a 5-star recruit, top 20 guy, depending on what ranking you should look at. Cornerback, fast, tall, 6'1", can do it all. going to be on the offensive side of the ball as well. And then Chad Fleming at safety, but other guys as well that are right there to be put on the field as well. The defense that was a little bit unsure of itself, my goodness, they could be every bit as good as the offense as on a performance level.
Well, the coolest thing about the defensive side of the ball now is you got 2 elite corners, right? One of the best in the country, and then one of the least talked about, but one of the best that's least talked about, underrated guys. You can single up these wide receivers, and you can literally make the offense one-dimensional. And anytime you make an offense one-dimensional, it is really tough sledding. I've been on a couple teams that have been one-dimensional on the offensive side of the ball, and it stinks. It's really hard to move the ball.
Yeah, your brother said something. We played St. Francis a few years ago when they had Blake Corwin and a couple guys on there. Defense was phenomenal. I said, we had Malachi Weidman at the time, the big recruit.
Yep.
And we're like, I said to Clay, I said, man, what do we do with these guys? And he looked at me very casually and said, when you have a 6'3" corner on one side, a 6'3" corner on the other side, and a 6'6" safety, you don't throw the football.
Good luck.
Good luck to you. All going to LSU or wherever they were going to go, you're not doing it.
Yeah.
And so we're almost, I wouldn't say that, but that there's a feel to that these guys, based on what they're capable of, could really lock down both sides.
So it'll be awesome and interesting to watch if Coach Shannon brings a little bit more blitzes, just because he knows these corners can be on an island by themselves. It'll be interesting to see if he overloads the box to stop the run, because he knows that they're not going to be able to throw the ball as much. And then obviously that's a great mixture with our returning tackler from last year, or leading tackler from last year returning this year. So
right.
It's going to be. I'm more interested in that, because I think the offensive side of the ball is so talented, and Peacock will have those guys dialed in. There's so many different ways they can go, but I'm interested to see how these younger defensive guys come into this year and how they strike. Larry always has them striking and getting off blocks and being really physical. So that's what this first game against Tampa Tech, I'm dialed in on that.
Yeah, I totally agree. With that, we'll take our next break. Come back. We have the normal festivities coming up. We got the band getting ready to come out here on the field shortly. And, of course, the national anthem, everything else. We'll come back for some of that, and then we'll also come back with 3 keys that we think to watch tonight. We might have touched on it a little bit already, but we'll kind of point them out a little bit more for you guys. With that, we'll take some commercial breaks and be back here at Powell Davis Stadium in a few minutes.
Tri-County Land Development, servicing the Charlotte, Sarasota, and Manatee areas for over 19 years. Quality workmanship in residential and commercial site development ensure that what you need is done right the first time. Tri-County Land Development.
It's the Out of This World sales event at Douglas Jeep Chrysler Dodge Ram, and we just launched the most stellar deals of the year. It's Jeep season, so blast off in the new Jeep Compass Limited from only $339 per month, or leave the world behind in the new Jeep Grand Cherokee from $429 per month. It's Ram season, so shoot for the stars in the new Ram 1500 Quad Cab from only $369 per month. Don't miss the Out of This World sales event going on now at Douglas Jeep Chrysler Dodge Ram in Venice. Who has Out of This World savings? Douglas does!
It's Maverick for our friends at Tommy's Express Car Wash. You won't find a better wash than at Tommy's Express. 3 minutes in and out to save you time. With Venice now open, Tommy's now has 8 convenient locations in the area and many more to come. Join the Tommy Club here and you're a member at them all. Text the word WORKS to 52884 and get a free Works wash. Good luck this season and go Indians!
Here at Powell Davis Stadium. Tampa Tech Titans are on the field right now warming up. They got here a little late. Some problems with some buses in Hillsborough County, and they pushed the start time back to 8 o'clock, which we kind of knew ahead of time. I'm sure they'll get a good enough chance to get warmed up before everything else sort of takes place. But with that, we're talking about 3 key things to watch in tonight's game, and I think right off the bat, it's sort of low-lying fruit on this one. you got to watch the two quarterbacks because they're both going to play tonight. Jaden Glasser and Ryan Downs. Both of them are elite arms, elite guys. Both can run the football, and so they're multi-dimensional guys. I wouldn't say either one is probably categorized as a dual threat.
Okay.
Maybe Jaden a little more than Ryan, but my goodness, when they got the ball in their hands, they were equally they weren't the same runner, but they could both take it to the house.
I mean, you want to talk about a prototypical looking Division I quarterback? Both of those guys.
Yeah.
I mean, it look unbelievable, you know. And I'm sitting here watching, and we're talking, you know, before the show. I'm sitting here watching these guys throw, and it's so effortless, you know, just that flick of the wrist, you know, like an Anthony Richardson or like a Michael Vick, where there's you're not stepping into it or anything like that. It just rolls off your fingers. Unbelievable spiral, unbelievable accuracy, you know. Obviously, and that was just warm up. So, and Peacock's also come out and said, like, this is the first time he's ever had a backup quarterback.
Right.
Ever.
Right.
In his 17 years of coaching, he's never had a backup quarterback. Now he has a legit one.
And I think a little bit of what it was is when he was trying to make a choice, it was like, I don't want the other person to think that I think less of them or something, because, you know, it's like, because it's clearly a battle and a talented battle for that position. But Jaden will get the start tonight, and I think he'll do a good job. I'm sure of it. And then Ryan will probably get some opportunities as well. The second thing we had in there is the O-line experience. I think any head football coach will tell you that if you can come back with a college, high school, even pros, with the same 5 guys that he had last year, and they're on the improvement, on the up at the end of last year. What an advantage! No matter what you had on the outside, you know, now you've got these guys that are there. They've all been sort of dancing together for a while.
Yeah, and like, so obviously I talked earlier about the install. You know, when you install plays, you know, during training camp. This year, I'm sure it was way faster.
Yeah.
You know, instead of teaching these kids the plays, you're teaching these kids fundamentals now. So obviously, it's going to make them a better football player. And then the fact that they've all been here and did the same thing last year, the terminology, the communication, I would imagine all of that, the blocks, you know, where they fit and they're really tight with each other, and all that stuff is going to be so much more cleaner, and you're able to practice faster and then now you're able to play faster. So I'm looking forward to watching those guys dominate this year.
No doubt. And I guess a couple names you want to look out for: Anthony Tanica and Matthew Peevely, special. A guy. I mean, he's broken records in the weight room. He's going to Air Force Academy, and he's got that sort of Air Force sort of stature to him. I mean, he just John said it in the coaches show last night. He said I think his nickname is Dump Truck because you can't move him.
What a great nickname.
He said when he was a freshman, he said that he would hold the bag so they could sort of like, you know, block into it.
Of course.
And the guys were just bouncing off of him. He's just standing there looking like, what's wrong with that?
Well, speaking of strength, he also said that there's 32 guys that are benching over 300 pounds, by far the most they've ever had in the history. You know, and there's been some super strong kids and super strong teams that Venice has had, so that's obviously impressive as well.
Well, we've seen weight room stuff. The guys love Venice, and they were breaking records at the colleges they were at. So for him to be doing that is pretty impressive. Last but not least, though, kind of a general thing, but it's managing expectations, because if we know stuff about how good these guys can be and whatnot, if we've seen some of the guys play for us already, O-lines there, you know there's expectations not only from the fan base, but the coaches themselves and the kids themselves. So how do you manage that? Do you go? You know, a lot of times, do you play down to your opponent? Do you play you play up to it? Yeah. Are you thinking that it's just going to happen because you put the uniform on? I don't know, and I think that's going to be maybe one of the harder things for the coaching staff to do, is going to be trying to play, you know, junior psychiatrists in some way to figure out what's going on with the team and how they're performing.
Well, these are coaches that have been together for probably 17 years, 15 to 17 years. They know what to expect. They know, you know, from the day-to-day operations of, you know, practice and those types of things. They know how to speak to these kids. I don't have much worry about that as of right now. I don't have it at all. I remember one of my favorite things, and one of the things I'll never forget that Chip Kelly would always say, is you don't rise to expectations. You set those, or rise or fall based on the level of competition. You set that expectation every single day at practice, you know. And so if you're practicing the way you should be, which you and I both know that they're probably practicing really hard, and they had a tough training camp, then there's not really much to really worry about, in my opinion.
Right.
So we'll see.
And like I said, and I think, honestly, I think that, you know, the way they practice too, it's not practice just for practice sake.
Yeah.
It's tight. they get through their stuff. They're expected to if the longer the more they mess up or the more they're not practicing right, they're gonna have to go longer. Because who wants to do that if you can get out of there in an hour?
And listen, you got Lester, 5-star DB. Every single one of his college games are being watched. And guess what? You're on the field with him at the same time. Guess the coaches are going to see you as well. You know, you got to know those things, and you can't take breaks, and all those things, you know, add up, and they're in the back of the guys' minds, you know, as well. So I don't expect any. And then also the fact that we're the circle team on everybody's schedule.
100%. That's what I was going to say too. The next thing is that everybody who plays us, that's the game to win.
Yes.
Last year, CAI came in here, and we had beat them before, and they were a good team. I'll honestly tell you that I thought that we were a better team. No offense to those guys, but I just felt we were. And I think that was one of those situations where the expectation was this is going to happen, and it didn't. And you see, these are guys that are playing on an all-star level team, if you want to call it that. They were trying to tear the goalposts down. I mean, you've been in those games where you're like somebody is celebrating on your field. That's got to resonate with you. I mean, that's something. If I was, I'm Coach Peacock. I'm saying, hey guys, remember this is what happened. This is what can happen. Not only to mention that even with all the things we said how wonderful last year was, you lost to Lakeland last year. And John said they're better than us. He said probably they deserve to win, but he said we were a player threw away of winning that thing, and that could be the difference this year.
It's also an extremely tough schedule. It's not like you're playing all the local teams, who aren't very good. You're playing Miami Northwestern, you're playing Armwood, you're playing the best of the best every single week for the most part. So I think the competition is going to be really high. I hope the competition is really high, and with that, I think we will play at a high level.
Yeah, it's hard to start your season off next year with Armwood. Next week, Armwood. Then you go to Cocoa, a state champion, at their place. Miami Northwestern and Powell Stadium, a tradition-rich place. Guys that have perennial power. And then you start going from there. You start just lining them up, and you've got CAI again. You've got IMG White. You've got Riverview. You've got Sarasota in your district, which you got to win. You've got Palmetto and Manatee, both on the rise. Both teams that would love to put something to Venice.
It
right?
makes their whole season if they beat us.
Absolutely right.
Even Tampa Tech, they were in the state championship 2 years ago.
Right.
I mean, they're elite programs that we're playing every single week.
So if you're not fully prepared to put, like you said, play at the expectation you set. Then you're gonna have some troubles. So with that, with that, we're gonna take another quick break. We've got the band getting ready. I know we're we're just so you guys know out there, we're kind of figuring out this. I don't think it's a hard 8 p.m. start. Okay. Because I know they got here, they got to get a chance to get themselves warmed up. The band's got to run through their stuff, so we may be a little longer than 8 o'clock, but we'll stay here and talk a little bit, and then we'll show you some of the festivities once the band gets out here.
Was something because of the humidity or the heat index, or they pushed it back as well, right?
Yeah.
The state's doing that now.
They're concerned and rightfully so
awesome.
with it being a little hot. We're playing on a Saturday against Miami Northwestern, and it's a 6 o'clock start, and that could be a problem.
It's gonna be hot.
We may be sitting in a locker room for a few hours until that although you never know, the right thunderstorm might come by, and then everything gets cooled down, and you're okay. With that, we'll take another break, and then we'll come back here at Powell Davis Stadium and kind of go through a few more things and maybe get a little glimpse of our band for this year. We'll see you back here shortly.
out-of-this-world sales event at Douglas Jeep Chrysler Dodge Ram, and we just launched the most stellar deals of the year. It's Jeep season, so blast off in the new Jeep Compass Limited from only $339 per month. Or leave the world behind in the new Jeep Grand Cherokee from $429 per month. It's Ram season, so shoot for the stars in the new Ram 1500 Quad Cab from only $369 per month. Don't miss the out-of-this-world sales event going on now at Douglas Jeep Chrysler Dodge Ram in Venice. Who has out-of-this-world savings? Douglas does!
And we're back here at Powell Davis Stadium. You see the Tampa Bay Tech Titans getting their warm-ups in, and our band is patiently waiting in this end zone to get their gig started here tonight. And they've done an unbelievable job with getting more students out to the band the last couple of years. I mean, a few years back it seemed like there was like 19, and now it looks like there's a whole plethora of them out there, which is great. They do a good job, and they're doing a real good job the last couple of years. So kudos to them, and of course the cheerleaders as well, doing a bang-up job as well. We talked about schedule a little bit. We talked about some other things, but generally speaking, this whole shakeup with classifications from last year, we went from 8A, 7A, 6A, where it was all about school size, which it still is, but now you got 4S, 4M, trying to break up those suburban and metro things up a little bit here. And I get what it's done, but what's your opinion on that? Where you're these schools that are metropolitan schools in the eight big counties in the state of Florida, they play for a separate championship. Do you think that's the way to go, or is something that you would think that maybe it could be a tweak here and there in that system?
I haven't spent too much time talking or thinking about it, but I do think that the best teams should play the best teams, and I don't really if you're the same school size. And it's not, a couple thousand student difference, and just like they had it in the old days, or even more recently when they went up to 5A was the highest.
Yeah, it was 6A at the highest, and then it went 7, 8A because they stretched out the rural schools down at the bottom, so they were getting a fair shake on some stuff.
Yeah, so I mean I can understand what FSHAA is trying to do, but I think the best teams should be able to play each other, no matter where you live and where you're at. But I also do think you do get to make your schedules, every single year. So there's another, even though it's not the state championship, we do get to play Miami Northwestern, we do get to play Armwood, so the teams like that. And so that's kind of on the individual coaches,
And that's where Coach Peacock is sort of figuring things out. I think before he was trying to play a more national schedule, and then now this year is like, well, look, the teams that I really want to play, that I'm not able to play in the playoffs, I'm going to play them in the regular season and then test myself then and get myself battle ready for when I do have to play a really high-level 4S school. Because I mean, like I said, I do understand it. There's in other states, it's always been sort of a private school, public school thing where it was a breaking point there. But I mean, this is their way of sort of managing it. I think they did the study where it said that of the last 88 state champions in football, only 4 of them were from the suburban areas.
Oh, really?
It was Venice had 2 of them.
Wow.
Lakeland had 1, and I can't remember the other one, but there was only it might have been somebody in Jacksonville. But anyway, with that being the case, they're like everybody. All the rest of them were either from Miami, Jacksonville, Orlando, Tampa.
Do you know who won the 4A Metro last year?
That was yes.
Gosh,
I should know that.
Would they have beaten us or Lakeland?
Well, that's what we don't think that Lakeland was the cream of the crop. Yeah, that was who it was, but I might have been Miami Columbus.
Okay,
I think that might who it might have been.
Historically good.
Yes, another really good school.
Yeah.
But anyway, so I mean, it's interesting. I mean, I give them credit for trying to do something, and because it can be deflating. I mean, we were talking one time to one of the Naples coaches, and Naples is a perennial power.
Of course.
And he was kind of talking, and they just lost to us, and he kind of looked and he says, well, we'll play the rest of the season with all the rest of them and go get beat by Miami Central. He's like he was not. It was like a bummer. Like I felt sorry for the guy, and I understood that they had bumped their head so many times against those schools, and they just couldn't get over that hurdle.
Well, we had the same argument with St. Thomas.
Yeah.
We played them 3 or 4 or 5 years in a row in the semifinal. We ended up beating them once and winning the state championship that year. But the same thing, and they're a private school. They're allowed to recruit. So how are they able to play in the playoffs like that?
Yeah, it's one of those things is that have a tradition-rich schools that can play in a different set of rules, so to speak. And is it fair? Is it not? You'd say, well, 17 we got them, and then of course we got moved out of their classification for the other year. But I do see the method to the madness with that, and I mean, it could, like anything else, look at college football, the landscape of college football. It is changing rapidly right now. You're down to 4 major conferences, basically, and how this is all going to shake out and play, you just don't know.
Rapidly is an understatement.
Yeah.
I mean, every day you go on Twitter right now and some news is probably popping off.
Look, the thing is that when it all started to crumble, if you want to call it that, people had like something like that, like 15 minutes to make their minds up. What are you going to do? Well, I don't know what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
It's hard to say.
Yeah. And
even so much, some of the schools in the ACC, Florida State in particular, they were like, listen, we're not happy, because they were just putting it out there so they could figure out, maybe get a little response from the conference of what are you going to do about this? We might buy ourselves out and go find make our wares somewhere else. It's changing. Landscape is changing. It is, I guess, for whatever reasons, it is a. Some people say it's not a good thing. Traditionally, it's been what it's been, but it's follow the dollar. It's television revenues. It's that kind of thing now.
Same thing with NIL. NIL is doing the same exact thing. So
Absolutely.
how can they tell the kids they can't get paid, but then the colleges are going to the best conferences that pay them the most amount of money?
You're leading them to the water that you're drinking out
Come
of.
on, man.
So how can you can say, oh, we can't do this? Oh, yes, you can, because there's all this money that's out there. One thing I will say about the college football scene a little bit is that the one nugget that's really out there that can really make some earth move is Notre Dame.
Yeah.
They got their own TV contract. They want to maintain that, which I can totally understand. So where do they go? They are in the Big Ten geographically, but that really doesn't matter anymore. But they play in the ACC and all the other sports, and they have kind of an ACC schedule in football a little bit.
It's kind of weird how they can do that, play their other sports in the ACC and then be independent at football. In my opinion. But eventually they'll have to. I would imagine they have to choose the Big Ten or the ACC.
I think it's going to be a matter of what school says you can keep your contract, or which conference.
Yeah.
They say, don't worry about it, you keep yours. But you have to play so many games on our Big Ten.
But what are we talking about? We're talking about money.
Right. It's all about money.
We're talking about money.
It's all about money.
We're not talking about what's the best for the kids. I mean, think about playing in the Big Ten and you are playing at Rutgers and you have to fly to Los Angeles and you have to come back and go to school on Monday morning, and then you got to go to UCLA in Los Angeles again, and you got to come back and go to school on Monday. It's nuts.
And then all that stuff on top of the fact that now you're going to be playing in the playoff system, that you're going to be, you're playing maybe 3 extra games or maybe more depending how it works out. And so you're looking at all the I don't want to use any colorful language, but all the junk that they claim that, we can't do that because the student athlete has to take his finals and do this and do that. All of a sudden, it really wasn't about that.
No.
What they really were saying is that the bowl games were playing us a lot of money, and now that we're going to get more money than the bowl games, so we're going to make them a part of this playoff system, and we'll just call this game the whatever, Tostitos, whatever it is.
I do think the playoffs did need to expand. Personally,
yes.
I definitely do think they need to put the best teams, in there, and it's tough with just 4, to really make that happen. But I will say, with all the stuff and all the crap we talk about with all this, I am really looking forward to going to Austin to watch the Gators play.
Yeah.
And Texas, and then I'm also looking forward to Oklahoma and just whoever else the SEC decides to bring in.
It's gonna be a really cool deal. So with these teams that are, again, tradition rich. Yeah. You may have seen them in a national championship or a bowl game or something along those lines, but to have them as part of your regular season schedule, it really will make you're gonna get. I don't think there's gonna be a weekend where you're going to say, man, it's not a good game on this week.
I agree.
I think you're going to have like the game you would want to see, for years you wanted to see.
Have they announced how they're going to redo the brackets for the SEC or the Big Ten?
No,
and
I don't know how that's going to work at all.
Because UCLA and USC are next year, and so is Texas and Oklahoma. They're next year in the SEC.
Everything changes next year. The playoffs go in place. The conferences are lining up.
Okay.
So I would imagine that let's say the Big Ten and the SEC are the linchpins to all this. I got to imagine that maybe they're not talking to each other, but maybe somebody whispers and sends a little note to so-and-so and says, let's cap it out at 20. Let's do a 2 10-team divisions. Each division winner, whatever. It's all going to play itself out somehow or another. And then it'll lead into the because what they're expecting, I would think, is if you have 4 buys and the top 4 seeds that have a bye, now it's all conference champions.
Gotcha.
So you win the championship, that means something.
Makes sense.
You get a bye.
Makes sense.
Okay. And by the way, somebody said, what if a team has 3 losses? Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
If you win the championship, you're the champion. That's how it works. And then the other guys get seeded accordingly.
Yeah.
So that's, I think, how it's going to work. And it'll be interesting to see. you're going to get some interesting games. I mean, I know with those playoffs, you can kind of go think of all the different potential matchups, but now you're going to see, is it going to be heavily Big Ten, heavily SEC? Is it going to be something where it's seeded in a way because you have to have so many from each conference? This is where it's going to get. This is where the backroom stuff is going on right now.
I can promise you one thing: they are talking the directors of each conference. I can tell you that right now for sure. But I also think it's a new era of new rivalries.
Right.
Florida and Texas is going to be a rivalry.
Absolutely.
I can tell you that right now, guaranteed. I mean, Alabama and Texas already is. Hopefully Oklahoma is able to get back to where they used to be over the last 5 or 10 years. But and it's a catch-22 because look at a team like UCF. Now they're able to play at a higher level. They're joining the Big 12, correct?
Yeah, they're in the Big 12. And as a matter of fact, there was a statement that was made by someone in the SEC conference that said if they had their choice of any of the schools in Florida they would pick, it wouldn't be Miami or Florida State. It would be UCF.
No one in the SEC wants Florida State or Miami in the SEC.
Well, and also
especially Florida.
And the other thing is that part of it is that Orlando's a big market for TV. So you get that market as well.
Yeah.
Right now, the Marching Indians are coming on the field to do their game opening songs, I should say. Usually starts with the alma mater and a few other things. I'm being the PA announcer for a lot of years. I kind of know the rhythm of all this stuff. We'll see if it's still the same or if they're going to come out and just do a national anthem. Yeah, we're going to do a national anthem. We'll take a little silent break here to listen to the national anthem. Be back here shortly. band. Mr. David Wing does a great job with them, and hopefully they'll having a great season as well as we are going to have a great season. So coin toss is coming up shortly. We'll look and see if we can get some captains. I'll throw my glasses on because I can't see much without them.
Another amazing crowd tonight.
Yeah, oh my goodness. I for a kickoff classic, I mean, beautiful night too. I mean, overcast, cloudy. You couldn't ask for better because it could be super hot right now. And the actually 8:09, and the sun's still up, but not behind those clouds. So we're getting like a kind of an early, almost an October night here tonight with the way the sun is. Captains for the Indians tonight. I'm looking at number 5, Jaden Glasser, starting quarterback for the Indians. Number 50, that is Luke Heenan. And number 80, that is Bryson Frazier. All seniors. Oh, there's a 4th one.
Yeah, I
to
can
the
see
left. We got him. Somebody's blocking him up there.
23, 20.
Something. Come on, guys, move. Anyway, coin toss tonight is going to be. There's going to be a bunch of administration. They're the ones standing behind our players right now. I'll go through the Zoltan Kressley, the assistant principal, or the elite principal is out there. You've got Danielle Tanica. You've got Mike Rainey. You've got Ryan Shirley, Matt Gruhl, and should be, yeah, I think it's all of them. I think got them all. Number 23 is our other captain, and that is Griffin Gassati. Griffin Gassati is our other captain. Tampa Bay Tech looks like number 1, Javon McKay, senior wide receiver, coming out as a captain. I think that's number 8 or 6. Can't see that number pretty well.
I can't either.
It's funny, those front numbers, they get all scrunched up. You can see the back numbers way better.
Yeah. Can't tell.
We'll figure it out here. 55. We'll get back to number 55.
Can we get a camera shot of that?
Stacy Hubbard, guard tackle for them. If he's one of the captains. I see 54. I'll go give him a shout out. Elijah Kennedy, 6'5", 285 tackle. They do have a big offensive line, I was told. So I do know that about the Tampa Bay Tech Titans.
And they do have a 4-star wide receiver, number 3, Dallas Wilson.
Dallas Wilson, 4-star receiver. And then, again, that's a little bit about the Titans since now they're done warming up. 2 years ago in the state finals against St. Thomas Aquinas and came up a little short. Playoffs last year, lost to Edgewater, another perennial power. Edgewater, has been in some state championships for the last couple of years as well. So so they've been doing well. They came in here in the playoffs a few years back, and we beat them in the playoffs here. But again, all very a very talented team, nonetheless. And another captain, number 56, Andrew Smithberger. Did he do the announcement for the principal?
What do you like tonight, heads or tails?
Heads. And get a little announcement for those principals and assistant principals. Are you a defer guy or take the ball guy?
Defer. It depends. Honestly, it depends on the week leading up into the game. It depends on the opponent's strength and what we want to accomplish early on. It just depends on that. But I think deferring is probably the best choice.
Yeah, you're banking on getting that ball in the first, and it's first in the second half, and you have that momentum going into the half. So you see it in high school a lot with these 12-minute quarters. Sometimes they get a team to come out and they get an 8-minute drive, and your offense is cold for 35, 40 minutes. So it means a lot. The Titans will receive the kickoff. I was told a little intel that our kicker was a little under the weather, and we will have another kicker, and we'll see who comes out to kick the football for the Indians.
Interesting.
And see who's got the tee in his hand. Yep, it's number 36. It is Kane Judson, sophomore linebacker, who's going to do some kicking. And Kane also is the punter.
Okay.
So he came out and he'll do that.
It's going to be a
So
fun
here we
season.
go. Yeah, we're starting the season off. It's week 0, as we have called with the Kickoff Classic game. But nonetheless, a good game. And hopefully the weather holds out, which I think it's already kind of seems like that stuff has passed over or shied away from us. So we're ready to rock and roll here. And Kane Judson's lining up to kick this kickoff.
Word on the street is they had 4 fan buses coming down from Tampa.
I had heard that, and there was a 6 or 7 bus load situation. But if they were having trouble getting buses, they may not make it.
Oh, great kick.
Good kickoff. Down to the 2. That's McKay with some room on the outside, still on his feet, and brings it all the way up to the 47-yard line of the Titans, brought down by number 42, Jackson Moss. So good return on a very good kick. Right, pretty close to being a touchback, but you've got to be ready. That's one of those things I'm sure on special teams, coaches are going to be all fired up about the lack of coverage on that one.
It's all about run lanes. It looked like 4 or 5 Venice guys on the backside went around blocks instead of crossing the face of the blockers.
And that's lane integrity. You have to do that. You're absolutely right.
Yep.
For 1st and 10 from the 47.
Jet sweep.
McKay on the jet sweep. Brought down by Seed. Gain of 4. 2nd down and 6. As Eli Seed, leading tackler from last year's team, already making a solo tackle.
Mm-hmm.
Some guys on defense, they got a knack for where the ball is. You know what I mean?
Sure.
They know to flow. They know how to get off blocks.
And then you add, the speed and the physical attributes as well as, as the mental stuff as well.
Right. Quarterback is Logan Rogers. Hands off to number 2, Rod Gainey, Jr. Gets it up to the Indian 41-yard line for a 1st down.
They were able to capture the edge right there from the offensive side.
Yeah, here's the replay on that one.
Yeah.
Good block right there, and then makes Dalton. He held on to him. Dalton with a good tackle.
Mm-hmm.
So 1st down, Tampa Bay Tech. The Indian 42-yard line. Gain of 7 on that play. I figured they would come out running the ball and try to, grind the little clock. We'll see if they can continue that. Pitch. Gainey. Gainey makes a move on Dalton.
Wow.
Gets it all the way down to the 34-yard line. Fleming and Platt with the tackle.
And I'm sure I'll say this every week, but the first 10 offensive plays are typically scripted based on what they've seen on film for our defense and how we line up and what we do. So you'll kind of get a good glimpse of what they're going to try to attack from our defense in the first 10 plays.
Yeah.
You see 3 straight run plays, with good yardage on all of them.
And they're kind of coming out, I guess you call it, it's a shotgun, but almost like a little bit of a pistol in a couple of those plays. So 2nd and 1 for the Indians. For the Titans. And that's Rogers rolling out, looking plenty of time. Throws across his body, complete. Inside the 30-yard line, caught by McKay. He got lost in the shuffle. This little guy, he's right there. He caught that one for about a 4-yard gain. Brought down by Seed again.
Yeah, so so far you've had a jet sweep outside, you've had outside zone, you've had a rollout pass. Everything seems to be going east and west. They've been getting pretty good yardage on that so far.
Getting them outside the pressure that they were expecting a little bit. 1st and 10 from the 29-yard line. Rogers keeps. No one there. Forced out of bounds by Lester.
Good read by the quarterback, just reading the defensive end unblocked.
Yeah, really good read. Kind of got outside of Judson and a couple other people and took it upfield for another 9-yard gain. So 2nd and 1 again at the Venice 20-yard line. See if the Indians can hold the line here a little bit. Oh, did they jump? No, they did not jump.
Close.
That's an old Venice trick right there. Timeout, Titans. And with the timeout, we'll take our first break here. Come back with the ball on the 20-yard line. First, the 2nd and 1. See if the Titans can make something out of this drive. Be back here shortly. Here, 2nd and 1 for the Titans. Rogers takes a snap, hands off to Gainey, off right side, gets a hole right down inside the 10-yard line, brought down by number 11, Chris Lee, but not before he gets a first down, and it's 1st and goal for the Titans.
Yeah, they kind of brought like a little jumbo set in there. A couple tight ends, took some wide receivers.
Yeah, they definitely did. Nice hole off the right-hand side there, followed the right guard. And 1st and goal at the 9-yard line.
Looks
to
like
the 11-yard gain.
They're staying in that personnel. Tight ends, offsides. Moving back 5 yards, we'll take that.
A little jittery. Those are those little 5-yard penalties in this situation that just drive you bananas.
Especially down in the red zone and inside the 10-yard line. Gosh, it kills you.
Right, because you just you pushed it back to a spot now where maybe you can't run 3 times or whatever you wanted to do.
Yep.
So 1st and goal from the 14-yard line.
Here we go.
Handoff up the middle. Brought down, let me see, it's Gainey again. On the replay here, Gainey looks like a little movement, but that's Lee coming in there making a play. We're getting some help from Judson and a couple other linebackers in there. So good job by Lee. 2nd and goal from the 12-yard line after a gain of 2. See if they roll it out again here, try to throw it. Rogers back to throw in the pocket, throws wide open to McKay, shifty guy, and he got in the end zone for the touchdown, 12-yard touchdown reception. Yeah, just put him out in space. And
that was impressive.
Very impressive.
3 guys, they cuffed him exactly how you want to surround them, and he was able to shake free on all 3 of them.
So Tampa Bay Tech with a great kickoff return gave him good field position, 53-yard drive in 9 plays, and they cashed it in with a 12-yard touchdown pass. Rogers to McKay.
It was almost as if, we had 3 dudes surrounding them. It was almost as if they were looking for someone else to, go get him. Go make the tackle.
When are you going to do it? Right. Number 84, Jacob Trammell is the kicker. Snap good, hold down, and it is good. So with 8:17 left in the first quarter, your score, Tampa Bay Tech 7, Indians 0. When we come back, Indians get the opening kickoff. We're going to see that offense we've been talking about, and we'll probably watch the defense get yelled at here during our little break. So quick commercial break. We'll be back here for the kickoff for the Indians.
It's Maverick for our friends at Tommy's Express Car Wash. You won't find a better wash than at Tommy's Express. 3 minutes in and out to save you time. With Venice now open, Tommy's now has 8 convenient locations in the area and many more to come. Join the Tommy Club here and you're a member at them all. Text the word WORKS to 52884 and get a free Works wash. Good luck this season and go Indians!
Back here at Powell Davis Stadium, getting ready for the Titans to kick off to the Indians after their touchdown drive. It's Trammell again, the kicker for the Titans. Back deep for the Indians, looks like number 1, Charles Lester. Low kick. Picked up by Gasati. And he is still in bounds. He is on his way up down to inside the 35-yard line of the Titans. Kind of lost him in the shuffle there for a second, and he kept going, and he did not give up. And that's an effort play that you're going to love if you're the Indians.
Great response by the special teams. You know, the special teams, no flags. I don't see any flags.
Yeah,
right?
I always look for that.
Did he step out of bounds?
Did they say he did? We'll see where we got it right here. Never saw it.
Oh, there is a
Oh,
flag.
it's a flag.
Holding.
Oh, it's a flag.
Wow.
Okay.
Okay. Well, still a great response by the special teams. We always like to think of those guys as the equalizers. You know, offense could be playing well and defense isn't playing as well, and special teams get to step in and equalize the game from that standpoint. Same vice versa. You know, offense
Right.
struggles and special teams can score. You know, so always encouraging to see that happen.
And a guy, like I said, who's you know, you're waiting to see number 1 run it back, and then 23 gets it, and those kids are like, whoa, wait a second.
For sure.
So 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line of the Indians. Jaden Glasser and a quarterback. Hands off to number 0, Alvin Johnson. God, I went way back on that one. I went to Alvin Mitchell.
Wow.
My goodness. So no gain. 2nd and 10. And Indians, of course, are going to run that tempo offense. Glasser pulls it out, throws complete to Jackson Scott, tight end, and he just lost his balance. But a good pickup nonetheless. 3rd down Indians, 3rd and 3 after the 7-yard reception by Scott. Glasser keeps, rolls, throws.
Out of bounds. He's out of bounds. Oh,
Did
they
they
called
call
him
it?
in.
All right, so Gasati again with a great catch. Little back shoulder throw by Jaden Glasser, and he was, that was close.
Close, yeah.
But, you know, we don't have replay in high school, so we're going to keep that one and be good with it. 1st and 10 from the 35-yard line. Glasser pass and throws up deep
flag.
to Charles Lester, and he got, you know, dude, you can't, you can't be saying like, what are you talking about? That was definitely pass interference.
What are the rules in high school? Is it has to be a catchable ball? Or
No, I think if you do that type of a mug job, I think it's kind of hard not to call it.
That was catchable for sure.
So it would be a 15-yard penalty from the spot before, so it would be up to the 20-yard line. And a 1st down for the Indians.
I'm sure I'll say this every week I'm on here. It's impressive how fast Venice runs a play.
It's
literally 3 to 5 seconds.
So you were talking earlier about me doing the stats and doing all. That's the hardest part.
I bet.
It's because you look down for a second like, oh, he snapped it already? Oh, my God. I always wonder that they think, like, does he just budget when he's doing it? Like, no, I don't.
Man, the people have no clue how talented you are, bro, with all the things you do. It's ridiculous. This guy's up here taking stats for max preps, stats for the coaches, commentating at the same time. I don't even know. I mean, I'm having a hard time seeing who runs the ball, and he already has it all written down.
Well, that time it was Jaden Glasser on the carry. Brought down by, see, this is when you can't help on the defense. I'm sorry to all the Tampa Bay Tech fans, but it's hard to get all that out of there and that be left. So 2nd and 6 on the 16-yard
Awesome.
line.
Great
Glasser again.
Great read by the quarterback.
Brought down by Sheffield, but not before a 1st down for the Indians. Down 1st and goal, actually, at the, I'm going to call it 7-yard line. This is where it gets tough in the situation. Who's going to keep it?
Mm-hmm.
Alvin on the carry. Good, strong run.
Oh, yeah, still running.
Still running hard. Down to about the 2. Give him 5 yards on that one. 2nd and goal from the 2.
It's hard to sub. I mean, they're trying to sub. Oh, here we go. Venice is subbing too. They're bringing the big guys in. 3 offensive linemen
and Ryan Downs, quarterback, coming in, number 9. So they're going heavy on this one. And hand off to Alvin,
awesome.
Touchdown.
It is just so hard to get lined up on the defensive side of the ball, and they're running plays so fast. They're switching personnel so fast. I mean, good Lord.
It is, and you know, this is the wearing out process. You're right. You watch it, and they just worn out. So I think Indians are going to go for 2 because the kicker is not available tonight. So they're going to go for 2. 2-point conversion for the Indians.
And Downs stays in as the quarterback.
And oh my goodness, that was a clean tackle, and it was no good. He just got him up a little high on that one. So, yeah, I mean, Ryan could have kept it and probably got in, but Alvin had a hole, and they just just kind of got him. So no good on the 2-point conversion.
Well, there's their first look at 2-quarterback system.
Yes, you saw exactly what they were doing right there, and they definitely use Ryan as I think next time I'll probably tell Ryan if he gets that again to go ahead and pull it and take it himself. With 6:06 left in the first quarter, that's 7-6 Tampa Bay Tech over the Indians, and Indians will kick off here again. And Coach Shannon giving the special teams a little bit, saying don't give them that field position this time. See if that can be affected.
60-yard drive in 2 minutes.
Yeah,
pretty impressive.
Yeah, and that's what you're going to expect all year from them, is just to have that tempo that's just really, really, really hard to stop.
And going back to the 2-quarterback system, it's unbelievably rare to have 2 guys that can throw. Typically you got one guy that can run the ball really well, not a very good thrower, and you got the other guy who can throw the ball really well and not a very good runner. I think both equally, as good.
Yeah,
on both sides.
I went in the game against Naples in the spring when Downs came in there. Like he looks like the passer guy. A little taller, a little lankier, and that was a mistake they made because he went 45, 50 yards one time, and he was moving too. So if you underestimate the athlete in either one of those guys, you're going to be sadly mistaken.
Mm-hmm.
Judson ready to kick off for the Indians, and I think McKay is back deep again. Don't kick it to McKay. And they did, and they kick it over to the left-hand side, and it's out of bounds, which will be a penalty. Should be marked at the 35-yard line.
Well, that's a way from keeping them from returning it.
Yeah,
just
kick it out of bounds. Don't worry about it.
First drive for both teams offensively, you saw everything. You see inside, outside run. You see sweeps. You see bootlegs. You see throws. Great looks on both sides.
No, again, this is when you see 2 well-coached teams that came out with their scripted plays, and they were humming along for sure. So yeah, the ball will be spotted at the 35 for Tampa Bay Tech.
Tampa Bay will start off from their own 35-yard line, 1st and 10.
The cameras are picking up the audio in the field, and then it sounds like shit over the fucking bases.
1st and 10. Rogers at quarterback.
QB read, nice.
Oh. Rogers' helmet came off on that. He's got to come out of the play, but he kept it. Brought down by Lee.
Well, there's a sideline adjustment right there. Quarterback keeps. You have a replacement, crack replace.
Right.
That's what they call it. Crack replace. Defensive end goes down on the running back, and your linebacker's right there to tackle the quarterback.
And that's what was not. That was.
Yeah, we missed that
before. Yep.
The whole drive. You got to expect Coach Shannon to come out and do something different. He's one of the best defensive minds in high school football.
Yeah, he's making the adjustment. So number 15, that's Xavier Jackson, junior quarterback, in for Rogers on this play. Going to throw it.
Wow. Oh,
got a big arm. Oh, good. That's number 4, Isaac. Santonio Isaac, covered there by Charles Lester. Good coverage. Nice throw, though. It was there.
Definitely a catchable ball.
Might have had a little tug on the shirt there, but he was close. It was good.
Great coverage by Lester, though.
Yeah.
At the very end, you saw him. That's what elite guys do. You might think you have the ball caught, but he sticks that hand in there at the very last second.
And knocks it away.
Yeah.
We got a sideline warning against the Indians, which is traditional here.
It looks like Coach Shannon's in mid-season form right now.
He is going. He is at it right now. There's no doubt about it.
All right, big down right here.
See if the defensive line can get a little pressure. I would imagine they're gonna throw here, but this probably percentage-wise. See if they can get any movement.
So you have man coverage. It's actually cover 0 right now, so there's no safety back. And you got man coverage on the wide receivers. This is what you want to do right
Rogers
here.
back to throw.
Got him.
And got him.
Nice.
That's Eli's seat on the blitz. And Coach Shannon dialed that up. He also saw something, like you said, made adjustments and sent Eli on the blitz.
So they didn't have any safety deep, and they blitzed everybody. And he was the one guy unblocked and was able to get there in time. But that's what you're able to do when you have elite
Right. They can get
corners.
They're going to get there.
Yes. It doesn't take very long for the blitz to get there. 3 seconds max. But these guys can cover anybody in the country, I would imagine Venice will be doing a lot more of that, especially on no
Yes.
guaranteed pass situations.
And Lucy, the coach, is not a big blitzer.
Yeah.
He likes to run his base defense, but yeah, with this kind of the talent, he can do some
And
stuff.
we usually don't play a lot of man. We usually play 3 deep zone, and so you're seeing a little bit of a change this year.
So punt for Titans went back down to the Indian 28-yard line. Dalen Platt was back to return the punt, but never got a chance to get his hands on it. Good punt, kind of kept away from the speedy Platt, and Indians will take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. But that's what you wanted to see right there, Trey. You wanted to see Indians come out, respond on defense. I'm sure the coaches got more to tidy up a little, but they stopped their early run, made the play on the pass, and then made the sack on 3rd down.
Yep, in-game adjustments are crucial.
Oh my gosh, yes, it's you see it sometimes, and sometimes it's quick.
Yeah.
You know, that was a quick adjustment. Sometimes it takes a little bit because whatever they're doing is something you weren't prepared for, or they're just doing it really well.
You also got to think for months they've been watching film on Venice over the last 10 years. It's been basically the same defense.
There's no doubt about
They've had
that.
some plays dialed up, waiting to play run against them. Here reverse.
Glasser hands off to Wilder, who hands off to Lester.
Oh, there's nobody over there.
And he is upfield to about the 38 line, but we have a holding penalty, I think, on the Indians on that. I think they asked a lot for him, for somebody to hold the block that long, and he just held. I think it's Scott right there. He was holding that block for a good 5 seconds, and he just got wrapped up with him. So should be a 10-yard penalty against the Indians. See what the ref tells us. He's already told the Indians, yes, holding is the call. So 10 yards back, and so far the Indians four penalties right now for no, that's wrong. 3 penalties for 25 yards.
And you saw the second look of Lester on offense. He had one look in the red zone, I believe, and then he just had another look right there.
You're right. Quick throw to Barksdale. Good tackle by number 6, Javarius Lundy. And good thing for Jace to hold on to that ball. Just a real quick pitch and throw. And that throw's got to be thrown with a little heat.
Yeah.
And he did a good job
But
of
it doesn't
doing
even
that.
look like he's throwing it hard, but it's coming out extremely hard.
It's zipping along there. So 6-yard gain makes it 2nd and 14 for the Indians. Glasser again back to pass. Hits a little drag pattern to Casati,
Nice.
who takes it up to about the 33. Brought down by number 19, Makai Johnson. So 3rd and 5 for the Indians after the 9-yard gain. Glasser in shotgun. Wilder the back with him. Other series was Alvin Johnson's series. This time you got Jamaris Wilder back there. Colorado commit. Glasser throws a little wide. Matulovic was covered pretty well. Number 5, Rakeem Stroud, junior cornerback, had good coverage on Ryan. Coach likes to go for it on 4th down and see if he does it. I would say I think he might do it here.
I would think if they would have ran the ball last play, then he for sure was going to do it. But you never know with him, man.
Usually you can tell if they got the punt area that they're stacked up right there, right behind him. So 4th and 5 is going to punt, and that'll bring out Kane Judson again, the all-around do-everything kicker tonight. He's the normal punter. See what he can do in the punt. Back deep, number 13, Tyson Stroud for the Titans. Good high kick.
Good bounce.
Oh, great. Got a great bounce. That'll help the punting average out and inside the 20 as well. So good punt by the Indians. Kane Judson, and ball will be spotted inside the 20.
Tough to start an offensive drive with a 10-yard penalty.
Yeah, that's, again, I like the series of plays, though. Just a little execution issue on the 3rd down one, but just kind of nibble at it and get it back a little bit at a time, and you'll be okay. So that would be 17. That was a 48-yard punt for Judson. For Kane Judson. 1st and 10 at the 18 for the Titans. Rogers back in the shotgun. Quick throw out to number 3, brought down by Carter Dalton. Number 3 that's the receiver, the 4-star Dallas Wilson on the catch.
Great tackle in open space.
Gave a 2-yard gain. Yeah, that is a good tackle. It looked like they was could have got a little space on that one if he got past Dalton on that one.
See, that's kind of the opposite of what we did when they scored. We had a guy shoot the gun right here, right, and go get the tackler instead of sitting around like we had before with the 3 guys surrounding them.
Right. So 2nd and 8.
Running back to the field.
Rogers fakes the handoff, keeps looking to throw, rolling to his left, throws it.
Offensive lineman downfield.
Could be. Because of RPO to complete the number 1. That's Javon McKay again, brought down by Carter Dalton once again. And they're pretty much down there.
They're down there.
McKay again, but this time I said like aggressive tackle for no gain. And, you know, McKay already showed how elusive he is. So 3rd and 8 for the Titans at their own 20-yard line. And I got to think they're going to be, I mean, conservative maybe a little bit, but they don't want to make a big mistake down here early in the game. Rogers back to throw. Pressure from Galloway. Just escaped, got room to run, and he tripped himself up a little bit trying to make a cut back to the right. We'll give Judson the tackle on that one.
So Venice went back to their traditional cover 3 right there. No man, no blitz, you know, an unknown passing down.
That's keeping everything in front of you, I would imagine.
Yep.
So 5-yard gain brings up 4th and 3, and they will be punting here. Still can't get a number on the punter. Back deep is Platt for the Indians. Low kick. Bounces and good big bounce to Platt. Takes it to 42 and gets up to the 45 where he's brought down by number 7, Cameron Campbell, number 20, Sean Sheffield, but a flag on the play. I don't know what it'll be. Could it be a face mask? It's going to be a face mask. He just caught it up high, and I don't know if it's going to be the 15-yard variety, but we'll see. We've got a personal foul, face mask, so it'll be a 15-yarder. Big penalty, going to bring it to the Tampa Bay Tech 40-yard line. Indians with great field position on this drive.
So we started the last drive with a penalty against us. Now we're starting this drive with a penalty for us. Penalties will kill you. It doesn't matter what level, Pop Warner, professional, college, high school, it kills you, man.
And I will say, as special teams, that long punt flipped the field, and the Indians get the penalty, and now it's worked out well for them. They've got 1st and 10 at the 40. Glasser in a quarterback, hands off to Wilder. Good move, good hard run. Broke a tackle at the line of scrimmage and was taken down by number 6, Javarius Lundy. Heard a lot of things, some of the little things coming out that Wilder's had a really good summer.
I believe it.
And there he is
Man,
again,
he
spinning out. Using that stiff arm, staying on his feet.
Oh, ball came out.
That's tough. I mean, he made a great effort play. He's doing everything he can, and you know, the ball just pops out with a guy coming from the other side. Here, we'll look at the play again.
Look how strong he looks, man, running through the hole like that.
And spinning and keeping his speed.
And he gets hit by a defensive lineman, I think.
Yeah, number 18 came in. And
ran
just,
the ball.
Yeah, it was a good play.
Shoot.
I don't have an 18 on my roster, but he looks like a big guy.
Yeah,
So
he's a big dude, that's for sure.
So basically a 20-yard gain nullified by a fumble. And doesn't put him much. That kind of flipped the field back the other way now, so they're starting at their own 17-yard line for the Titans. Rogers hands off to Gainey. Gainey outside, brought down by a hustling Downs for the Indians. Or make that not Downs, Daly. Ryan Daly hustling downfield.
Action-packed first quarter, though.
Oh, excellent first quarter. Very entertaining. And that's the end of the first quarter. With your score, Tampa Bay Tech Titans 7, Venice Indians 6. We'll take a quick commercial break, come back for our second quarter action here at Powell Davis Stadium.
It's Maverick for our friends at Tommy's Express Car Wash. You won't find a better wash than at Tommy's Express. 3 minutes in and out to save you time. With Venice now open, Tommy's now has 8 convenient locations in the area and many more to come. Join the Tommy Club here and you're a member at them all. Text the word WORKS to 52884 and get a free Works wash. Good luck this season.
It's the Out of This World sales event at Douglas Jeep Chrysler Dodge Ram, and we just launched the most stellar deals of the year. It's Jeep season, so blast off in the new Jeep Compass Limited from only $339 per month. Or leave the world behind in the new Jeep Grand Cherokee from $429 per month. It's Ram season, so shoot for the stars in the new Ram 1500 Quad Cab from only $369 per month. Don't miss the Out of This World sales event going on now at Douglas Jeep Chrysler Dodge Ram in Venice. Who has Out of This World savings? Douglas does!
Tri-County Land Development, servicing the Charlotte, Sarasota, and Manatee areas for over 19 years. Quality workmanship in residential and commercial site development ensure that what you need is done right the first time. Tri-County Land Development.
And we're back here for the start of the second quarter. 2nd and 3 for the Titans on their own 24-yard line. Hand it to Gainey. Gainey gets outside and gets outside the edge there, like Trey just said, and run out of bounds by Fleming.
They're doing a great job. Wide receivers doing a great job blocking up top, and that tight end's getting to that outside linebacker.
You got Carter Dalton getting blocked, Lee getting blocked, and Galloway all getting blocked pretty well. Big gain there for the Tampa Bay Tech Titans. 1st and 10 at their own 47-yard line after the 23-yard run. Whistle blew. Something's going on here. Oh, must be a delay game. They're still lined up like there's going to be a play, guys. You got to back it up 5. So 1st and 15 for the Titans. That's one of those situations. I think they just got lost with all the commotion on the sidelines there for a second. They kind of lost track of the time, I think.
It still amazes me how these guys put the plays in. Like, obviously playing in the league for a couple years, like with the quarterback having the microphone in his helmet and how easy that is. Like, these guys have to have everything so dialed in from like a hand signal standpoint.
Yeah, it's a language. I mean, those kids know exactly what's going on. That was Rogers' pass intended to Wilson, Dallas Wilson, covered there by Platt. Great coverage by Platt.
Great coverage, yeah.
He was right there and turned around when he spotted his eyes and looked to turn around at the right time.
That's what the elite ones can do, man. They can turn around and look at the ball. I mean, how many times you see on TV these guys not turning around and obviously getting penalties and those types of things. You got to be able to turn your head around, move your hips, turn your head around, and locate the ball.
Absolutely right. So 2nd and 15 for the Titans. Rogers hands. Oh, keeps.
The blitz.
And we're there that time. Papatanakis was the first one there and it's cleaned up a little bit by Carter Dalton.
3rd and long.
I think that might have been a little tackle for a loss. Yeah, it was a 1-yard loss on that one. So 3rd and 16 for the Titans.
But here you go. You had a good run and you have a penalty. And it pushed back 5 yards.
It stalled everything. You're right. And sort of a sideline penalty, if you want to call it that. They didn't get the play in. They lost track of the time, and then now you're 3rd and 16.
Blitz off the edge here, huh?
Looks like they're sending Lee.
Nice, get there.
Ooh, and 15, the quarterback came in and good throw. So that was the quarterback number 15 that came in earlier. Xavier Jackson found Jafon McKay for the 1st down.
Those are some of the things that happen when the quarterback's able to extend the play when you're running zone coverage.
Absolutely.
McKay just found a little zone and sat there, for a couple seconds, and quarterback was able to get in the ball.
So first down to the Indian 41-yard line. That was a 17-yard gain to keep the drive alive.
Here we go.
That's Jackson again. Throws it out to McKay, and he is running around. I think his knee had to be down there. Give credit to the tackle number 10, Eli Jones, on the tackle that time.
So here's the gamesmanship. So the first time they run this, the quarterback keeps it, runs for pretty good yards. We come on the sideline, make an adjustment to have somebody there for the quarterback. Okay, well, what do? They go to the sideline and say, we're going to run an RPO on this so the quarterback can run it if you have someone there for him, or he can throw it. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's just good offense.
That's it.
It's
That's it.
Good coaching by both sides.
12-yard game, 1st and 10 at the Indian 29-yard line. Up, some
Offsides.
whistle blew and somebody jumped, and maybe it's too many men on the field. That's usually when that flag gets called. Let's see. Referees are convalescing with each other now to figure this out. Some quick stats from the first quarter while they're talking this over. Yeah, there's illegal substitution. I figured that when that referee is back there, he'll call that quickly. You can't be on. They can't break the huddle with it. So Venice gets a 5-yard penalty. It's 1st and 5 for the Titans. Yeah, pass intended for Wilson. Ball goes way out of bounds. Covered there by Brantley. So 2nd and 5 from the 24-yard line. Again, still got Jackson and a quarterback. Hands off to, keeps it.
RPO.
That was an interesting play. He kind of faked the throw, RPO, and then just sort of took a 1-yard gain. And
So it's tough to throw it running that way as a right-handed quarterback. Faking the run, running the ball, and then trying to throw it, quick out there, wide.
right.
Just have to like contort your body in a weird way. It's easier to go to the left.
Yeah, because you're right. Because it's I can see where it's like how your shoulders open up when you're
Typically
running.
rolling out to the right, it's easier for a right-handed quarterback, but when you're going towards the line of scrimmage and
It's
having
hard.
to turn and throw it back, behind you, it's tough. Nice, get him.
Oh, he fell down, making a cut at about the 25-yard line. That was Gainey.
A lot of penetration there.
Yeah, on that play you saw Lee and Dalton in there real close, along with Daly. So 4th and 6, and I think they're going to go for it.
Let's see what Venice does here from a defensive back standpoint. Looks like they're going to go cover 0 again, maybe. Yep, cover 0. They're going to blitz.
Jackson in a quarterback.
Going to blitz.
And looking
It's a
real quick,
blitz.
wow, McKay wide open. And did he make the play to stop him? He
Yeah,
did.
Wow, what a play.
That's Dalen Platt with a big play to stop
What
them
a
short of the
play.
first down. Because he was open, he had room, and Platt came right up and was aggressive. Had to get low. He's a big guy, and he went down low on the little guy and kept him short by a good half yard or
Wow,
so.
What a play. I mean,
Yeah.
you saw what he was able to do when 3 guys were around him when he scored his first touchdown with McKay, and now Platt was able to get him by himself. Man, that was special.
So 1st and 10 for the Indians on the 20-yard line after the got the ball back on downs from the Titans. But I mean, I make sense. I would have went for it there. You're kind of in that
Yeah.
weird land there.
Yeah.
You had a good drive going. I would definitely would have gone for it. So Indians get their first possession of the second quarter, starting on their own 20-yard line. Jaden Glasser still a quarterback. Hands off quick to Alvin Johnson, who drags tacklers up beyond the 25-yard line. Saw Matthew Peevely finishing his block downfield. Yeah, he was again pushing, and
Against number
Barksdale and everybody else kind of going. There's
Against
Peevely.
number 18 that caused the fumble
Yeah,
last drive.
no doubt. So gain of 6, 2nd and 4 for the Indians. Glasser looking to throw quick, hits Matulovic, turns outside, gets the ball up to the 36-yard line, brought down by number 13, Tyson Stroud. So first down Indians on the 10-yard gain.
Matulovic is so good at those hitches and the 10-yard stops. I mean, a lot of his catches last year were 10-yard stops.
It reminds me a little bit. That's what Bryce Carpenter and Javon Hiley did back in the day. Oh,
no.
it's all right.
Smart. Jump on it.
Absolutely, because that's one of those plays you try to make up for a play that you didn't. You got to take it and get it back on the next play. Try to make something worse out of it. So that was a 8-yard loss. Second and 18.
Matulovic on the stop again.
Second and 18. A little high on the throw on that one. Third and 18 for the Indians.
See if Venice goes to a 4 wide receiver set. Yep. 4 wide receiver set, 1 running back.
That's Chifo coming in. He's sort of the backup tight end. Got Barksdale out there. You've got Lewis out there. See what they can do. Glasser rolling right.
Oh, he's got him down here at the bottom tight
Oh,
end.
he's going to wheel route to the tight end.
Oh, he got
Chifo,
it. No way.
Yeah.
What a catch.
Nice play. 13 versus 13.
So it was a little sneak play. They roll out one way and run the tight end down the line the other way. Good recognition by the corner to stay. Usually you're running across the field with the wide receiver.
And he high pointed it, and he had the ball the whole time. He just was going to get ripped out of his hand or not.
I mean, great ball. Gave him a chance to catch it.
Absolutely. On a 3rd and 18, that's what you want to do right there. Alvin Johnson with the run.
Man, these running backs just hit that hole so fast. You have no chance as a it's almost like a trap play, on these one-back powers are running.
It's so quick.
Yeah.
9-yard gain brings up 2nd and 1. Stop by Tyson.
That pass play earlier was a 23-yard pass gain. Someone's cramping, it looks like, which I was expecting to kind of happen tonight.
Yeah.
It's humid. It's going to happen. They're going to get these little cramps. So with that, we'll take a break real quick. Come back here to see if the Indians can cash in this drive that they've got going inside the Titans' 40-yard line. Be back soon. Indians. It's Maverick for our friends at Tommy's Express Car Wash. You won't find a better wash than at Tommy's Express. 3 minutes in and out to save you time. With Venice now open, Tommy's now has 8 convenient locations in the area and many more to come. Join the Tommy Club here and you're a member at them all. Text the word WORKS. We're back here 2nd and 1 for the Indians on the 40-yard line. Hard running right there for the first down. That was Glasser. I mean, he knocked somebody's helmet off, too. Give him a 3-yard gain down to the 37-yard line. First down, Indians. Glasser back to throw, quick to Barksdale. Fighting stiff arm, still running. Run out of bounds by number 6, Lundy.
One thing I will say about Glasser so far, just in the first couple of football I've seen him play, is he's really comfortable back there. Like
Very.
There's nothing, no hurry, no panicking. Like he's super comfortable.
You're right. He does look like he's been there before.
Oh yeah.
Johnson on the carry. Good run. Good hard run. Brought down by Tyson.
I'm telling you, man, it is not normal for a running game to be so fast. I mean, the blocks are there, and the running back is right off the lineman's butt.
I got to ask you, too, knowing a lot of offensive linemen in your day, it's got to be conditioning wise, they got to be really conditioned to do that. They're going as fast as everybody else is.
Good ball.
Great throw. That's number 2, Zacarl Lewis. Carl out of commit.
Here come the big guys.
Here
Heavy
comes the
package.
jumbo package.
Yep. Oh, great route in the corner. Telling you, Glasser looks really comfortable back there.
So that was a 12-yard gain. First and goal at the 6-yard line. Got a timeout, Tampa Bay Tech Titans. And if Francis wants to take another break, we can take another break real quick before the half. Do you want to take it? He does. So with that, we'll be back here. Indians first and goal at the 6-yard line. See if they can cash it in. Bring that back.
Tri-County Land Development, servicing the Charlotte, Sarasota, and Manatee areas for over 19 years. Quality workmanship in residential and commercial site development ensure that what you need is done right the first time. Tri-County Land Development.
Just got back, and Ryan Downs just kept the ball up the middle on a quarterback keeper. Gain of 4. Looks like second and goal from the 2.
Oh, we
Got a
weren't
flag.
set. We might not have been set. I was just thinking that in my head, like, man, these guys, these guys got to be set so fast.
No, it's on
Oh,
against.
wow.
It's against the Titans. So it'll be a 1-yard penalty against the Titans. Still second and goal from the 1. You think we give Alvin a touchdown, or does Ryan get to keep it?
I think Ryan's keeping it.
You're right. And gets kind of clogged up and still moving the pile.
Almost got there.
Real close.
Jumbo package again.
So third and goal. Titans 1-yard line.
See what this returning O-line can do.
You think they would do something maybe outside the tackle here? Because they're gonna come diving in.
I don't think so, bro. I
No,
think
there it is. Yeah, Alvin. Alvin runs hard for a guy that's slightly built.
No question.
Touchdown, Alvin Johnson, 1-yard touchdown to put the Indians in the lead, 12-7. Here's a replay again.
I mean, listen, you got to run hard, or else you're not going to see any playing time.
Yeah.
'Cause you got Wilder right next to you, you know, right
Absolutely
behind you.
right. No
So-
doubt about it. So going for 2 again. Again, the regular kicker is not playing tonight. Now, last time we saw Ryan didn't keep it. He gave it to Alvin and didn't make it. See what happens here. Oh, a throw.
Quick slant.
Oh, good. Wow, that went through some hands.
Yeah, for sure.
That was a tough throw. See, 8 came back. 8
Oh,
sort of made the play a
yeah,
little bit there. Led him a little bit, but 8 did make the play.
That's impossible to see as a wide receiver with, you know,
No.
the guy's not even looking at the ball. The guy's looking at you as a wide receiver.
So 2-point conversion is no good. We only got 4:18 left in the half. Indians up 12-7 over the Tampa Bay Titans, and we'll stay here right now. And that last drive, though, again, it was pretty nice selection of plays, a little bit of pass. We've actually, looking at the stat line here, we've got now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different guys catching a ball so far.
Awesome.
So the distributions there. You got Alvin, Jaden, Ryan, and Jamaris all touching the ball, running the ball. So
And you got both quarterbacks throwing it
correct.
and both quarterbacks running it.
So, but it looks like it's all in the flow of things.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It doesn't look like it's like, well, get in there now.
Yeah, they're not like
it's-
manufacturing things. Like it
No.
just looks like it's, you know, happening naturally.
Right. No doubt about it.
I mean, it's tough to stop. I mean, you got that many guys catching the ball. You got that many guys running the ball. It's gonna be tough to stop.
So Kane Judson set the kickoff. The shifty, I will say, Javon McKay back there.
You can kind of tell there's no wind out there. The smoke is still sitting on the field.
It's like fog now. Set up in the moisture. Good kickoff to the right-hand side. tripped up by number 24 for the Indians. That was Tanner Rue, and that was number 4 for the Titans. It was Santonio Isaac on the return. And that's a placement kick right there. You can't get in the end zone. If you can kick it to a corner,
Yep.
that really helps out the coverage team.
No question. It cuts the field in half.
So 1st and 10, Titans from the 26-yard line.
See what this defense can do with them pinned back a little bit.
Rogers back in at quarterback. Boot right. Good throw to big target right there. That's
big
number.
boy. Get the ball.
He ain't going down. Papatanakis is hanging on his back, and he'll get credit for that tackle. That's big number 42. See what his size is. 42 is
6'5", 240.
yeah. Maxwell Daly. He did look like he was all of 6'5". Gain of 8 makes it 2nd and 2. PA announcer just said host of Indians, and I totally agree with him. As a host of them, we're there to make the play. Rogers in the shotgun, or the pistol actually. Hands off to Gainey. Kind of got swarmed under. Papatanakis was there, but I'll give that one to Daly. He kind of clogged it up.
So I'm sure it's hard to see on TV, but sitting here watching the field and looking at the defense and the coverage, our safety is all the way on the other's hash, which means Lester's man-to-man by himself right here. So they're basically playing zone to everybody else, and Lester's locking man-to-man
Right, with
on
their
his guy.
with their guy, yeah.
So you're cutting the field in half again from a defensive coverage standpoint. See, look how far the safety is. He's
Yeah.
on the top of the Indian logo.
Yeah, so you almost got triple coverage on the one
See, look at
side.
Lester's man. He's following him the whole way. Yeah, good play.
And that's Platt coming across the field. Fleming was kind of got it stuck on McKay over here, but he had time. If the little extra stepping up in the pocket, give him some time to get that throw off. And that was the 4-star Wilson.
Look at how he shoots his hands through the wide receiver's hands.
And this is all technique. You're
Yep.
talking. You're pointing out that's stuff that you don't get called on. You're doing it the right way.
And college coaches are seeing that, and and obviously he's being coached well. You know, I'm sure he's been to a bunch of camps this offseason and being coached by the guys here
Right,
at Venice.
right.
And then obviously you have to have talent to be able to do that stuff.
Handoff to number 11.
Big 3rd down here. Oh, timeout, Venice.
Yeah, number 11. That's Roseberry. He's a wide receiver athlete, but he took a little inside handoff right there. Brought down by number 55 of the Indians, Dylan Bryant. So gain of 2. We'll make it 3rd and 8, and we'll see what they dial up here. I mean, it's there's 2:52, lots of time in the half, obviously. So Indians want to get that ball back, and I guess if you're the Titans, I mean, I would be going for that. I mean, I wouldn't be being conservative here at this point. You're at 12-7. You're at a point where this could be a 14-point turnaround if you keep the drive going.
What do you do from Venice's standpoint? Do you bring in the house and play a man behind it like they've been doing?
Yeah, I think I would. With like you said, with the talent they have in that secondary, you're going to trust them a little bit. And hopefully you get there before they can get somebody, past the markers. So Rogers comes back out. There's another running back out there, number 20 something. I can't see him, but we'll see what.
Zone coverage for Venice.
Rogers back to throw. Pressure. Steps up, and
Close.
McKay made the catch.
Yeah, wow, good catch.
Brought down by Fleming.
Man, he's a big-time player for them.
Yeah,
Big-time player.
no doubt. He right there. Good coverage. Seeds right there. Just a good throw. Really good throw.
Yep. Quarterback bought time. Was able to find them over the middle of the field.
What are we doing back here, guys? Oh, we're going backwards. We're missing how come we're not seeing these flags?
I don't know. Well, it's impossible to see up here on the field. I can tell you that.
And I think the green, the way the field's cut a little shorter in spots. I think it's landing in that yellow spot of the field. That's not your TV. That's our field right now.
Yeah.
So we're going to say it's a.
Did they say officially what it was? Penalty?
Maybe they said he went across the line of scrimmage.
Okay.
Because the ref's not even giving a signal. That's what I don't understand. They're moving. No, now they're putting it back.
What needs to be said, because it has to.
Well, they didn't move the ball back at all. Or they just lost it down?
Or maybe they called it incomplete.
Yeah,
I
there's
don't-
no communication.
So I'm going to call it incomplete. I hate to do it to the kid, but he's going to get an incompletion instead of a penalty.
Yeah.
So the punt team comes back on for the Titans, back deep.
This is a
Number
place
2
on the field where you would look for a fake punt.
is a Carl Lewis. Yeah.
Nice.
And that's a returnable kick. Lewis takes it to his 25, headed back to the left. Good move. So 7-yard return. They did go for the block, so he didn't have much blocking there. Could have maybe put his shoulder down here a little bit here, but I guess he thought wiser of it.
Be a good first look at our 2-minute offense. I mean, 2:30, 2:31. We still have a little bit of time, but it's amazing how much time you have when they stop the clock every first down. I mean,
Yes.
you're really not even in 2 minutes until like 45 seconds left.
That's when they say about these games with these 12-minute quarters. Imagine a 15-minute quarter
Yeah.
where everything was stopping like that.
Yeah.
So 1st and 10 Indians at their own, let's see, 35-yard line to be fair.
Indians will start from their own 35-yard line, 1st and 10.
Wilder on the carries.
Oh,
Oh,
he's still
breaks
up.
the tackle, and he might be gone.
Oh, wow.
Wow. That's what he can do. And he's just going to keep running straight ahead. There you go. Up.
Look at him. He's so shifty.
Wow.
What a run.
So you saw that what he can do. His center of balance is whatever you look at it, and that was unbelievable there. He looked like he was down to the ground, and he just kept going. And we got a Titan player down. Looks like another cramp for a Titan player, but
I love the rotation on the back, so you know you're getting this series.
here we go. They had him. Boom. He didn't touch the ground. Glasser throws a block. Give him credit on that, and he's back there and just close. Good play by 20. He hustled his whole way down there.
But it's cool, like you have this series as a running back, and then you have the next series off. So go ahead and give it all you got, and you have a little bit of a break after that.
Right. 53-yard run on that one there. So 1st and goal. We talked about how quick the Indians can get it going. You didn't need 2 minutes. You need so far a few seconds at this point.
Yep.
And that's got to be tough when you're trying to guard everybody that Venice has right now. And they're doing a good job. Tampa Bay Tech's doing a really good job on defense.
They are.
But then all of a sudden, a guy makes a play, just an effort play, breaking the tackle, and then shows the speed he has.
Yep. You had him right there too. These strong runs all game so far from the running backs on Venice side.
Competition amongst friends is always great. You and I play a little golf with each other. We have a little fun with it, right?
Yep.
And you want to play a little better. And sometimes that gets you a little better when your buddy is playing well.
does, yeah.
Rise up. So I got to imagine in practice these guys are going back and forth, and they're like, your turn.
Yep.
And I think when if somebody does something well, and you get excited when your buddy does something good. You know what I mean? So.
And you get a chance the next series to outdo him.
Right. So wait till it's my turn.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's see. We'll keep a little tab on this. See what Alvin can do when he gets the ball the next time.
Yep.
There's that play again. I do like the fact that Glasser did make a block on that one.
Yeah. He tried to. I don't know if I would call that a block, but he was in the way.
Yeah, no doubt. So 1st and 10 from the 12-yard line. Glasser keeper running through traffic. Nice run. Watch Peevely pancake block there on the outside.
Yeah.
So 7-yard gain, 2nd and 3
Timeout
from the 5.
Tampa Bay Tech.
That should be their last one for the half. They must have been confused on defense a little bit. With that, we'll take a quick break before the end of the half. Be back here at Powell Davis Stadium to see if the Indians can cash this drive in. in time to see Jamar's Wilder take it in from 2 yards out.
Oh, a little gator chomp. You see that?
Yep.
Love that.
Maybe you got a call from somebody today. Who knows, right?
Shoot, the way he's running, that's all he's got to do is keep doing what he's
Nice
doing.
block there by 71. McCall, I believe that's who that is. Yes, it is. McFall. I'm sorry, McFall. And Jamar's takes it in from 2 yards out. So Indians are up 18-7, going for the 2-point conversion. Glasser in there with Wilder. Wilder switches over to Glasser's right side.
I just run a QB. I run an option to the right.
Oh,
Ooh.
quick throw. Good play.
Did he catch it? No.
No. Ball was right there. Number 8, Johnny Tyson, free safety for the Titans, broke it up right there. Timed his hit perfectly, and Barksdale put a hand in there, did a good job knocking it away. So 18-7 is your score with a minute and change left in the half. Saw Coach Hunter coaching up that old line a little bit right there. But that drive right there, 3 plays. Fast. And it was on the ground. He kept it on the ground. So, as I said, you were saying how fast they can go, after running plays.
Yeah.
Because you got to figure they got to unpile.
Yeah.
I mean, they're on top of each other, and these are big guys with knee braces on, and they're getting up and they're getting set, and boom.
You have to be able to call the play. Right. Well, you have to be able to know what the play you're going to run is, and then you have to communicate it to the coaches so they can call the play, and then you have to line up. I mean, there's so many things. It's not this easy, I can promise you.
No, definitely not. And that's that execution in practice. That's that fast pace in practice, and just get used to it after a while.
Yeah, their conditioning test is no joke.
No, it's not.
At all.
Judson into kickoff. McKay back deep, and a little pooch kick down to the right side again. I think that is
nice.
Oh, good hustle down there, and cleaned up by everybody else. Going to give the tackle number 26. That is Ben Zarkowitz. And you see right here, that's Papatanakis making the first contact, slowing the play up. That was Isaac again on the return. But that's an effective little kick down there. You just kind of put it down there where it's kind of bouncing around. You never know. It might just fall in the wrong hands.
If I'm Tampa Bay Tech, I am not giving Venice the ball back with time.
I
tell you that
don't
right
blame
now.
you, yes.
Screen.
Rogers
Screen.
with time, throws.
Nice play.
No gain.
Oh, he ran out of bounds too. Does it stop the clock?
It should.
Yeah.
So Gainey catches a pass, but gains nothing. Run out of bounds by Seed. I saw him throw it, and where he was throwing, I didn't see the receiver coming across. I thought he was going to throw an interception there for a second. Defense has settled down since that first drive.
No doubt. Yeah, adjustments have been great. Titans have 3 wide receivers and 1 running back. Or 4 wide receivers, sorry.
Yep.
Play game.
Delay game, yep.
I mean, they don't have any timeouts, so they're...
They had to do it, right? There's nothing they can do at that point. So 2nd and 15 from the 15. Probably run the same play. They got the 4-star Wilson up at the top of the screen. See if maybe they can try to get him in some space. Rogers back to throw. Steps up.
Wide open.
Oh, wide open is right. And that's McKay again. And he does not want to go down. Brought down by Lester and Seed.
Good throw and catch.
Absolutely. I mean, that's textbook right there. And he just kind of gets behind some people is what it is.
Just finding the zone. Gotta spike it.
So they spike the ball. 1st and 10 at their 37 after the 22-yard gain.
Yeah, the Titans quarterback Rogers looks super comfortable in the pocket as well. No panic.
No, he's very. You're right. He's very poised. His first move is forward.
Yeah.
So he's keeping his eyes downfield. He can run a little bit too. So he definitely puts the ball into some of these playmakers' hands, and and these guys are making some plays.
For sure. So we're gonna rush 3. No, we're gonna rush 4 on defense.
Yeah, they sent Lee on the
Oh,
outside
he's
and
holding
hold
him.
it totally.
In
Yeah.
the world.
I don't know
kidding
how
me?
I don't know how you missed that.
Wow.
And you know what it's weird about this?
Watch that.
Sometimes refereeing crews say, "Oh, it's not my call," but if you see it, a
his
face mask.
and a hold. Wow. That was unbelievable. Goodness. I understand like missing 1, but he did 2.
Right.
Face mask and a hold.
And in the white hat, that's all he's looking at.
Right.
He's looking at the quarterback and the offensive line, so he's got to be able to make that call. Anyway, 3rd and 10 for the Titans. Lester coming up with a press coverage. We had motion over a move, and he didn't call it. Ball's thrown out of bounds.
Coaches are losing their minds down here.
Yeah.
Watch number 11. Laying on top and doing all the extracurricular stuff.
Right. So they're missing some stuff. They're just kind of not paying attention to some things. So 4th and 10. Punt team comes in. We got 1:01 left in the half. Go after it here. He's getting it off quick. He's not going anywhere, but he's getting it off quick.
Yeah.
So Carl Lewis is back for the Titans. For the Indians. Up the middle rush.
Oh, we had it.
It was. They're saying it was tipped.
Okay.
They're saying it was tipped.
It was like he didn't fully commit to it. If
Yeah.
he would have fully committed to it and laid out, he would 100%
He
would have
jumped
got
up
that.
instead of out.
Yeah.
See right here is Gasati. He gets through there, and he just got to go flat out. See, he went up at it.
Jeez.
If he goes at the foot instead of at the, he would have had a chance at it.
That's what they teach you. They teach you to put your hand straight out and take it off the punter's foot,
Right.
actually, and that's how you block it.
Well, you played a lot of special teams, so you know that stuff.
Yep. Had a punt block or 2 in my day.
That's got to be a good feeling because it's not a common play.
Yeah, it happens so fast, man. So fast.
All right, so 49. It's called 50 seconds left in the half.
Plenty of time. 2 timeouts too, right?
Yep,
For Venice?
two timeouts. Got Johnson in the backfield. So do you start off with a run here, or do you do a little play action? Let's see what Coach dials up here.
I'm throwing it.
I would do too because you got a little less time.
Yeah. We've been comfortable all night in the pocket. Take your time.
Oh, we got him. Oh. That was a little different route, almost like a stop and go kind of thing.
Yeah.
So that brings up 2nd and 10. Yeah, it looks like if he could have just got a little more air underneath that thing. But it was good coverage, whatever. He was there.
For sure.
Titans do have some athletes.
No question.
They don't have they're not huge up front on the defensive line, but they're definitely strong and quick. Glasser in shotgun. Johnson to his right. Handoff to Johnson.
Oh, yeah.
Good run. Good run. There's that. Keep going. Get the first down. You're good right there. So 1st down Indians. Alvin Johnson with a 10-yard run up to the 50.
I mean, the chains don't even get set, man, before we snap a ball.
Yeah, they have to. They're not worried about the chains. Pass Glasser to Barksdale. Another 1st down for the Indians. They didn't even get. They're going to call it 2nd.
Timeout.
Yeah, they got him a yard short, so it's a 9-yard gain.
I mean, to the referee's defense, I mean, shoot, you got to put the
Can't
ball
keep
down.
up either.
You gotta put the ball down, man.
That's who we're not accounting for the whole thing. You got some guys that are volunteers that are probably in good shape, I would say. I wouldn't say they're probably – they got to be thinking, what is this guy doing?
Not this type of shape, man.
Darn ball I can't get the ball set.
Oh, man, when I get that text, on Sunday, like, hey, you're refereeing the Venice game,
Like,
shoot.
better have some bananas before you get here so you don't cramp up.
You ain't lying.
Lots of water. Indians come out with a little different package. You got Chifo coming out at tight end. He had that nice catch early in the game. Johnson's still in the backfield. Got 3 down here. So trips to the left side. Glasser back to pass.
Screen.
Screen pass to Lewis. Lewis runs short, a little short.
1st down, though. Stop the clock.
Yep.
Wow, only 8 seconds? Call
So the
timeout.
ball is at the 33-yard line.
You got to throw a Hail Mary here.
Yep. Glasser steps up, looking, throw it. He does. Somebody down there. Oh, he almost had it.
Close.
And that was Chifo again. If that ball was a little higher, I think Chifo would have got it. And that's the end of the first half. We'll see the replay right there. Gosh, real close. Good play by number 7, Cameron Campbell, to break that up. With that last play, ball falling short in the end zone, Indians take the 18-7 lead at halftime. We'll come back with some stats and a few things to talk about in the first half, and maybe watch a little bit of the band as well. See you back here shortly at Powell Davis Stadium.
It's the Out of This World sales event at Douglas Jeep Chrysler Dodge Ram, and we just launched the most stellar deals of the year. It's Jeep season, so blast off in the new Jeep Compass Limited from only $339 per month, or leave the world behind in the new Jeep Grand Cherokee from $429 per month. It's Ram season, so shoot for the stars in the new Ram 1500 Quad Cab from only $369 per month. Don't miss the Out of This World sales event going on now at Douglas Jeep Chrysler Dodge Ram in Venice. Who has Out of This World savings? Douglas does!
It's Maverick for our friends at Tommy's Express Car Wash. You won't find a better wash than at Tommy's Express. 3 minutes in and out to save you time. With Venice now open, Tommy's now has 8 convenient locations in the area and many more to come. Join the Tommy Club here and you're a member at them all. Text the word WORKS to 52884 and get a free Works wash. Good luck this season and go Indians!
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, now taking the field is the Tampa Tech Marching Thunder Band. Watch as they perform their 2023 halftime show, Starstruck, featuring selections by Britney Spears, Janet Jackson, and of course, Rihanna. Grab yourself a seat and prepare to see these star-studded steppers do their thing. Drum majors, let's give them what they paid for.
field your 2023 Venice High School Marching Indians. Their band directors are Mr. David Wing and Mr. Preston Mujo. Visual coordinator is George Blakely. Woodwind Tech is Miss Pam Jeffries. Color guard director is Gervontes Eva. And percussion coordinator is Mr. Mark Jarose.
You're just realizing? I thought it was like, you definitely just come. Oh, never mind. I don't definitely. Oh, yeah. I don't want to watch the game. That's what I was going to say. Did you even say who's winning? Without looking at the scoreboard? How much? 18. 2? She looked at the scoreboard. Roadhouse is cool. Huh? It's a Roadhouse. Huh? Roadhouse. They said Roadhouse. Yes. That's what I'm trying to say. She's clueless about the game. No. Not a single thing in that. Texas Roadhouse. Alexis, Texas. Except we made it wrong. Alexis, Texas with their steps.
Our 2023 field show is entitled Dream. Tonight we will debut our first movement, Enter Sandman. Drum majors Cole Duncan and Francisco Messias, is your band ready? Marching Indians, you may begin your performance.
We all got to enjoy the two bands, got to play Tampa Bay Titans. Band came out first. I know they had a busload of people, and one busload was full of band people, so they got their opportunity. And, of course, the Venice Marching Band under the direction of Mr. David Wing. So great to see that, and nice to have a little chance to watch them as well. With that, we'll break into some stats, Trey, and it was efficient, I would say, for Indians. Outside of missing the 3 2-point conversions, a couple little penalties here and there. I know that coach likes to clean up the penalties when he can. I thought it was a very tidy first half. How'd you feel about it as well?
Yeah. I think the same thing. I think penalties and then the turnover.
Yeah.
Right, the fumble. But other than that, I thought offense was rolling, looked really good. Defense had great adjustments going into the second drive, and Tampa Bay Tech really didn't have much to do after the first drive.
You're absolutely right. That the adjustments made. I mean, after that, the Titans moved the ball somewhat, but not nearly as efficiently as they did after that first drive. With that, we'll go with some stats real quick. For the rushing side for the Indians, we'll start there. 19 carries for 140 yards and 3 touchdowns, led by Jamaris Wilder with 4 carries for 80 yards and a touchdown. Alvin Johnson, 8 carries, 41 yards and 2 touchdowns. Jaden Glasser, I'll get it out, 5 carries, 15 yards, and Ryan Downs with 2 carries for 4.
And that's 7 yards a carry.
Yes,
right there.
Right, it's nice. And Wilder's got 20 yards a carry
Wow.
on his. Passing wise, I got to find out what the rule is. I don't usually count the throws on 2-point conversions, so I might be off of a throw or two. But Jaden Glasser, 10 out of 14 for 115 yards, threw to 6 different receivers.
Wow.
So that's a really good everybody sort of running around making plays, and in two of the two guys you thought you might see on offense with Charles Lester and Dalen Platt, they didn't really register. Lester was in the play that got called back, but otherwise they were a non-factor on offense. Receiving wise, Jackson Scott 1 for 7. You had Griffin Gassati 2 catches for 29. Jace Barksdale 3 catches for 26. Ryan Matulovich 1 for 10. That would be Noah Chifo 1 for 23, and probably the most spectacular catch of the half with that over the top of the receiver. And then Zacarl Lewis 2 catches for 20. On the Titans side, Titans had 16 carries for 80 yards, and passing wise 10 for 18 for 82. I really thought that the quarterbacks, like you said, looked poised.
Both of them
Looked really good in regards to their efficiency and their leadership. So I thought they played very well. I mean, I can tell you that those guys, they're well coached.
No question.
They're really well coached.
No question.
So Indians got get the ball coming out. That's where we get the advantage of the deferring of the kickoff. So what we'll do is take a quick commercial break, come back here at Powell Davis Stadium, and get ready for the opening kickoff. Indians will get the ball, and we'll see what they can do for it out of the block. I know Coach likes to come out fast. We'll see if that happens. Be back here shortly after these messages.
It's the Out of This World sales event at Douglas Jeep Chrysler Dodge Ram, and we just launched the most stellar deals of the year. It's Jeep season, so blast off in the new Jeep Compass Limited from only $339 per month, or leave the world behind in the new Jeep Grand Cherokee from $429 per month. It's Ram season, so shoot for the stars in the new Ram 1500 Quad Cab from only $369 per month. Don't miss the Out of This World sales event going on now at Douglas Jeep Chrysler Dodge Ram in Venice. Who has Out of This World savings? Douglas does!
Tri-County Land Development, servicing the Charlotte, Sarasota, and Manatee areas for over 19 years. Quality workmanship in residential and commercial site development ensure that what you need is done right the first time. Tri-County Land Development.
And we're back here at Powell Davis Stadium getting ready. Everybody's doing their 3 minutes of stretching, getting the arms loose. The Titans are getting themselves ready to go as well. I was commenting before we got back on the air though, Trey. I think the Titans. I mean, they got some size. They got a little grit. They got a little. You know, they got some guys who can make plays. I think they're going to be a pretty good team this year. I mean, we didn't know much coming in. You know what to expect, but they definitely have some playmakers. It's only 18-7, and I feel like we've pretty much dominated since the first drive. You know, but the score's not really reflecting that at this point. So I think the Indians got to come out strong, fast. This Titan team is they're getting their legs underneath them. They're gonna be a good team all year. They're gonna be a good team in the second half here as well.
Kind of like you said. I mean, you don't really know what to expect. You can watch the spring game, but you don't necessarily know if all those guys are going to be there or if they're going to add more guys for the regular season. But yeah, like you said, we don't want to give them any hope. You know.
Yeah.
And so if we come out here and go 3 and out, now they have a little bit more hope that they can actually play with us. So if we can go out there and do what we do, play fast and physical, I think we'll have a good chance of coming out victorious.
One thing that Coach Peacock said to me, probably for every version of Coach's show or podcasting we've ever done, he always talks about this game being important because the biggest improvement every year is between the first and second game.
No question.
And so what you're seeing now is, what you're watching, according to Coach's analysis on everything, is that what you're watching now is going to get a lot better in the second game.
No question. Yeah.
And I'm same thing for the Titans. That's why I look at them and say, man, they're close on a couple of plays. I will say this too. It kind of went back and double checked. The 4-star kid, the Dallas Wilson receiver, has 0 catches in the game so far.
A couple targets.
Two targets. Yeah. Yes. So they need to get him into the game a little bit, but I think it's a lot to do with what the defense is doing for the Indians.
No question.
You said your coverages you were calling out for sure probably had a lot to do with him in some of those situations.
No question. And McKay has looked really good. Number one.
I like him.
Yeah.
He's a guy you'd love to have on your team, man. Imagine 2 of them out there. Forget about it.
Right. I know.
We know about little guys who can run fast, though, right?
We do.
From back in the day.
Yes, sir.
Our friend Dree Archer.
Fastest man I ever played with.
Oh gosh, ridiculous. Breathtaking in some cases.
No question.
There's a kickoff. And going to, is that Charles Lester? It is Charles Lester. Yeah. He takes it up to the, I think he got him in the front of the shoulder pads. Yeah, oddly enough. Got the ball up to about the 26-yard line.
One of those things
about a 20-yard return.
You worry about when a defensive guy touches the ball is ball security because they don't ever rep it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like they never have a chance to rep that in practice.
But his straight end speed, one cut guy, he could just. I mean, he's the guy you see. You play these teams over the years, and the guy you don't want to kick it to, and he gets you, you're like, oh no.
You hold your breath.
Yeah, one cut and he's gone. And then they got too many guys in the field. Yep, 24 is coming off. So you look at participation penalty against the Titans. Moves the Indians up 5 yards.
There's another penalty to start the drive.
Yeah.
Good or bad, still a penalty.
And you hate that coming out of the half.
No question.
They probably talked about something, and kid thought it was him to go in. Who knows? But it does annoy you. So 1st and 5, Glasser hands off to Wilder. Wilder to the right, cuts up field, and he is running with authority right now. He might be gone. No, he's still going.
Wow.
Great run by Jamaris Wilder. Gator Wilder, as they call him around here, with a long run.
He is just so strong, man. Every time he touches the ball, he falls forward every single time. Breaks arm tackles.
He definitely breaks. And arm tackles from big guys. He's breaking arm tackles on line of scrimmage.
Yeah. So the Tampa Tech is going to a 5-down defensive line now.
And that means, yeah.
Try to stop the run, I guess.
Got to stop the run. Jaden Glasser on the carry.
Here goes Lester coming into the game.
You got to think when he comes on the field, they're all paying attention to him too, right?
Yeah.
7-yard gain, 2nd and 3. Quick throw. Barksdale, great throw.
What a throw, man.
Great throw. Tripped up just at the 5-yard line. Barksdale is on the ground. Kind of got rolled up on the back. Hopefully it's nothing more than just a sprain or something. See how he got his leg got rolled up?
Rolled his ankle, yep. Or calf.
Yeah.
Dang.
He immediately went for his calves. So
Great
we'll see what Really good catch. So first and goal for the Indians down at the, call it the 5-yard line after the 19-yard reception.
He's walking it off.
Yeah. Just a weird way to get tackled.
Yeah.
I've seen guys get, and it's just like, it's in the little, it's kind of, it feels funny. And it feels really funny.
What a great throw on the RPO by Glasser. Off like leverage, kind of unbalanced, type of throw.
Right.
Still
right.
accurate,
Yeah, no, he just kind of set up, opened his shoulders up and threw it. It looked great. The Wilder run was 37 yards, in case anybody was wondering. So first and goal from the Titan 5. And Alvin Johnson is getting his chance in the backfield. I see Charles Lesser still split out wide right. Quick handoff to Johnson. I think he's going to take it right in for the 5-yard touchdown. He crossed the goal line, though. That's not a fumble. So touchdown Indians. Alvin Johnson cashes it his 3rd rushing touchdown of the night. And Indians take a 24.
That's the drive you want to see, though.
Yeah.
Coming out of the half.
24-7 lead. See if they go, what they're going to do in 2-point. Now, this is something you can practice. They've had no 2-point, so they're going to be talking about 2-point conversions.
Yeah.
Ryan Downs in at quarterback. Quick, keeps it, and he cashes one in. Ryan Downs with the 3-yard 2-point conversion. Makes the score 26-7 Indians.
It's funny. Sometimes you just try to get cute with the 2-point conversion play.
Yeah.
That was nothing but a QB read.
And I guarantee you that's what they said. Like, why are we throwing it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Or maybe he read a throw and he's seen the guy, but they probably said no.
Yeah.
You take your body in the end zone with the football. We're not doing this. We are not doing this. So yeah, really quick. We got 1 minute drive, 1:01 on the drive. So quickly, Indians get ahead here and see if the Titans are going to come out and do something equally as quick, because this game can get quickly out of hand if they don't start moving the football.
Well,
a little
the last
bit.
thing they want to do is give the ball back to Venice, within a 3-minute period. Like you got to at least get a couple first downs and give the defense a little bit of a break.
In a game like this, I've seen it from other teams, and they slow it down a little bit. But it's almost like you're not trying to win when you do that. You're just trying to slow the game down. I don't think this is the kind of team. I think they can move it down the field efficiently and then score pretty quickly if they wanted to. Little pooch and a fair catch. That's not a bad play right there. Caught him off guard. He did a nice doing a little chip kick.
It's a great catch.
He might have played a little soccer at some point in time.
I mean, for not your starting kicker in a high school game to be able to change it up and do that, that's pretty impressive.
Yeah, it's not easy. That is not easy to do.
Not at all.
So Titans take over on their own 28-yard line. See who comes out at quarterback. It is the number 15, Xavier Jackson. Did a nice job when he was in there.
For sure.
Should have Gainey on his. It is Gainey. He takes the ball and brought down by Daly. Good play by Ryan Daly on that play. Four-yard gain, 2nd and 6. I'm also seeing number 16 in the game for the Indians, Ashari Charles. He probably was out for the first half for some reason that we don't know, but it probably was a good one.
Yeah.
2nd and 6. And Jackson keeps it, breaks the tackle, and keeps on his feet and runs himself out of bounds. Gain of up to the 39-yard line for an 8-yard gain and first down Titans.
Just a missed tackle by the
outside
linebacker.
That television set that they have down here with showing the what happened in the plays before that, that will probably be the first thing that is shown.
No question. All right, we got 3 wide receivers, 1 tight end, and 1 running back.
Hand off to Gainey, cuts it back, breaks the tackle, gets running hard. Brought down by Dalton and Fleming. But a really strong run there by Gainey.
Yeah, what makes these zone runs so hard is from a defensive standpoint, you're responsible for a gap, right? So
Right.
either the A gap, B gap, C gap. And when you have these fast, running backs that can spread the field, you got to play faster, and then next thing you know, you're out of position
Right.
because you're also getting pushed by an offensive lineman,
That looked like holding on that play, but I'm not going to say for sure.
Good response, though.
Very good response. That's Gainey again. Long run. Look, top of the field. See 55 right there? Look, he turned Judson around a little bit, but nonetheless, it wasn't blatant enough to be called, and he's down inside the 10-yard line at just on the 10. So first and goal for the Titans on the Venice 10-yard line. 42-yard run by Gainey. See what the Titans got, some big guys up front right now. Gainey, oh, he missed the tackle. That's Charles missed that one, but Judson was there to clean it up for him. Kane Judson on the tackle. Should be a loss on the play. Loss of at least one on the play. So let's call it 2nd and 11. Second goal from the 11. Jackson's still in a quarterback.
4 wide receivers.
He's
one
got
running
number
back.
11. He's got Roseberry in the backfield.
Jet sweep.
Jet sweep to our friend Mr. McKay. Cuts it back,
Man, he's elusive.
making plays. Judson misses him,
Wow.
and he is in the end zone for a touchdown.
It's the second time he's scored a touchdown doing something like
Yeah,
that.
touchdown. And I mean, just when he cuts it upfield right here, like boom, and they're there, and they're just the angles there are just not getting them.
Yep. We got an unsportsmanlike conduct on Tampa Bay.
Yeah, he got up and said something to him.
It was I think it was the offensive lineman, right there, pushed him
Yeah.
at the very end.
And he's been doing that all night.
All night, yep.
Yeah, 54's been doing that all night. So he's feeling his oats. On that play, though, it almost looked like Judson didn't want to horse collar tackle him.
Yeah.
You see how he kind of almost like a hesitation?
Yeah.
But if it's, a touchdown or a penalty, I think you take the penalty if from that one.
Of course. Well, I mean, it was after the touchdown, though, correct?
Yeah, it should be after the play. So yeah, but I don't think it was a dead ball foul. It's got to be dead ball. If not, my goodness, what a break for the Indians. Oh wait, there's a penalty before that.
Oh, really?
That's a legal shift.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Yeah. And then they're walking off the 15 yards, so it's 20 yards and penalties right there.
That will kill
So
you.
no touchdown. Take a touchdown off the board. So the Titans go 5 and 15. So that is rough.
That's horrible. That's really bad.
Yeah. And now you look at 54. If you're the coach and you're like, really?
Uh-huh. I mean, he hit the guy so late.
Yeah, it was silly.
In the back, too. It wasn't even like he was looking at him.
No, exactly.
No touchdown.
No touchdown. So 2nd and goal from the 31. What are you going to dial up here? You get half of it back? Do you throw a jump ball?
I think you got to throw it, right?
You have to, unless Venice is going to, they're not showing that they're, they're not backing way up.
Fans getting into it.
The Indian fans' third quarter getting riled up here. That penalty turned the tide.
Yeah,
Who knew a penalty could make everybody that excited? Jackson in the shotgun. Quick throw, looks like quick, and he threw it behind his intended receiver, Wilson. It looked like the route didn't look clean. It looked kind of weird. I think Platt was right where he wanted to stop it, and he kind of got a little weird with it. See, he was throwing a back shoulder, and he saw Platt right there, and just didn't commit to the route.
All right, big third down.
So 3rd and goal from the 31-yard line. Jackson said throw, plants his foot. Pressured by Daly, breaks away, brought down by Charles. Not after a little gain.
Good coverage downfield.
Definitely good coverage downfield. He had time to throw it, just couldn't find any of his buddies wide open.
You kicking a field goal? I think you got to score points.
Yeah, you got to score points. Field goal's not going to do it. I'm not sure they even have a field goal kicker that can make it from 40 plus.
Yeah.
So a 7-yard gain makes it 4th and goal from the 24-yard line. And this is going into the end zone, you'd think, unless they're going to, maybe they want to see if they can get McKay dragging and have him run to the corner or something. We'll see what it is. Pressure. He escapes, throws short.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. I don't know if he caught it. More about field position than it is about anything else. Do they give him the catch?
Doesn't look like it, right?
It doesn't look like they're going to give him the incomplete, so they're going to say no catch. So Indians take over on downs. They will get the ball at their own 24-yard line. The big penalty was a big backbreaker for the Titans right there. Indians are, I guess, coach will come back and talk about that play and say you got lucky, on that one a little bit.
Still a good stand, good defensive stand. You needed that.
Well, you kept your concentration, did everything right. So
demoralizing for. They're going to go cover 0. They're blitzing everybody here. Good throw and catch.
Glasser's complete to Lewis, brought down by Stroud. Glasser. Yeah.
Here they go. They're just going to start blitzing everybody. And all it takes is one little cut.
Wow. Johnson on the carry. First down, Indians. Gain of 14 and first down for the Indians.
Oh, man. They just had a guy go down on their side, right by their sideline.
Well, over the last how many years that we've been doing this hurry-up offense stuff here at Venice, a lot of cramping in the second half.
It's weird. It's weird, really weird.
And I know they look for coaches that are telling them, but I get it. I mean, there's a little gamesmanship there, and I think sometimes it gets a little out of control. I think the refs would have to say something at some point.
I would imagine, yeah.
It's not always the case.
Oregon had that happen to them a lot too back in the day when they used to run that,
Yeah.
Chip Kelly, Marcus Mariota type stuff. Injury.
No. So we're still attending to the Titan player. See if he can get himself up here. It's
their defensive coordinator's going into like desperation mode, blitzing everybody. Man on the outside.
That was a little surprising. I wasn't planning on seeing him go that route right away. But I don't know. I mean, the adjustment is instantaneous.
Yeah.
For Venice, it's like, oh, you're doing this, boom. And ends keeping the speed up. New look, just keep going. The Titan players walked off the field under his own power, so that's good news.
Here they go, blitzing everybody again.
1st and 10, and they are bringing some people.
Yep.
Glasser's pass complete to Johnson. Takes it up just beyond the first down marker to the 45-yard line. 1st and 10 Indians. 11-yard gain. That's tough when you can sit there and just catch a guy like him out of the backfield, covering everybody downfield, and there it is.
But see, it wouldn't be an 11-yard gain if it wasn't an accurate throw.
Right.
I mean, it seems like it's an easy throw.
Glasser with a good read and keeps it.
Yeah, smart, go out of bounds. There's just so many weapons, man. So many weapons. Goodness.
That's tough. He pulls it, and he got a quick 19-yard gain. But 1st and 10 from the 26-yard line. Johnson still in the backfield with Glasser. So they're looking at something here. Plenty of time in the play clock. Glasser quick throw. Gets Matulovic. Pickup of 6. 2nd and 4. And again, even when they're hurrying up, they don't see something, they kind of take their time, and it's still, still quick, but it's not as quick.
Oh.
Johnson on the carry, and you can see that Titan defensive line is getting a little worn out. They're kind of standing straight up. They're not getting that push they were getting earlier. first down Indians. And this is a drive that's a killer. I mean, you're getting first down, first down, first down, first down.
I don't understand why they keep subbing so much. I mean, we're not changing our personnel, so there's no reason to bring a bigger or a smaller guy in.
Right. Yeah, they are doing a lot of subbing.
I mean,
and offsides on the Titans.
I'd be tired just running off and on the field every single play.
No doubt. So offsides on the Titans, 5-yard penalty.
How many penalties they have now?
In this half, they have 4 already,
Wow.
and very costly ones. And I think as a whole, they are up to 7, 10.
Wow.
So that's tough.
Yeah, for sure. Hard to win games,
No,
especially against a good team.
You start getting double digits. It's definitely it's like having turnovers.
It's all fixable stuff, though. It's not like
Yeah.
it's
Glasser quick throw, looking for
fade route,
Matulovic.
good catch.
Oh, knocked out. Number 5, Rakeem Stroud.
It's a good ball.
Was a good ball, but just right. The hand right there. It was kind of up into his face mask.
Yeah.
He didn't let it get to his body. I think if he caught that with his hands, he would have been okay. Second and 5 from the 10-yard line. A lot of confidence in that throw. He knew where he was going.
Yep. Lester's back in the slot up top.
Yep.
Is that 4 wide receivers? Or do they have a tight end?
Chifo is the one split out, so he's the tight end.
Gotcha. Play a game.
Now, did John call timeout?
Did he?
Yeah, timeout Indians. With that, we'll take a quick break, come back and see if the Indians can cash this drive in as well. Be back here at Powell Davis Stadium after these commercial messages.
It's Maverick for our friends at Tommy's Express Car Wash. You won't find a better wash than at Tommy's Express. 3 minutes in and out to save you time. With Venice now open, Tommy's now has 8 convenient locations in the area and many more to come. Join the Tommy Club here and you're a member at them all. Text the word WORKS to 52884 and get a free Works wash. Good luck this season.
Back here, 2nd and 5 from the 10-yard line. Glasser looking over the sidelines for the call. Johnson stays on his, moves to his right side now. Little personnel change. They got Lester down here. Fake pitch.
Oh, great play call.
Glasser, nice run, 10-yard run. Jaden Glasser, get him in the end zone. Score is now up to 32-7.
And Downs comes in for the 2-point play.
They like him on the 2-point play. I've noticed that. He keeps it again, and he's just got a penalty flag.
Yeah. I don't know if we were on the ball up top. Is that Lester up there?
It is Lester up there, so we'll see what they got. But I think you got a big kid like Downs following another big kid pulling. I think you like that play all day, especially in that jumbo.
What are they calling?
So 5 yards. Oh, it's a penalty after the play?
Huh.
On the kickoff. Wait, now they're coming back out again. I have no idea. They should be playing yakety sax with this. It's like. So now he's got to go back out. I'm thinking. So now John knows. He had to know if the penalty. There's no choice to take it on the on the kickoff.
For sure.
Why would they take? Why would they give him the points?
Yeah, I know, for sure.
So I mean, he's like what? So 5-yard penalty against the Indians. All right, so you got Lester up top.
See, he's barely getting set before they snap the ball.
Yeah.
Oh, pick it. Can you return a pick, 2-point conversion?
Yes, you can.
You can.
Yeah. He definitely can, but he fell down. So.
Double coverage.
Yeah, there's only one receiver out there, so
Yeah.
they let that happen. They knew that was going to happen. All right, 32-7 right now in the third quarter. We got 6:05 left in the third. We'll take a quick break, come back here in about 30 seconds, and see how this extra point or this kickoff goes for the Indians. We'll be back here shortly. Pooches it down, but this one's going to run out of space and run out of bounds. The first one, the one was good. That was not so good. I was spinning a whole different way.
That kind of shows you how hard it is to do that, you know, especially if you're not a kicker.
Yeah, you're not getting a lot of reps in on that. So we got ball out of bounds about the 30. That's still a 5-yard penalty is how they put it. Should get the ball at the 35.
Shoot, if they had me try to go kick a ball off the tee, I'd look like Charlie Brown.
Listen, you think it looks so easy? It's sitting up there.
Oh, my goodness, dude.
I remember back in the day, they would practice field goals, and we'd be messing around with that stuff and trying to think, oh, we can do it.
Yeah.
It's 15 yards. You couldn't get it to over the goalpost.
Yeah.
It's crazy. So 1st and 10 from their own 35 for the Titans. Jackson in a quarterback quick throw, and wow. Intended for Wilson, broken up by number 31, Keeney Brantley. That name's familiar. His brother Chuck Brantley played here for a number of years for the Indians. I was up at Michigan State, so great play by Keeney.
Looks like Platt and Lester are taking the drive off.
Yes, I think they are. And we're seeing some subs in at the linebacker core as well.
Awesome.
So 2nd and 10. And is that Gainey on the run? It is.
Mm-hmm.
Daly made the first contact, and then it was cleaned up by his buddies. See, Daly was right there. Zarkowitz, we'll give Zarkowitz a tackle on that one. Did a nice job. So gain of 1. 3rd and 9 for the Titans. Yeah, I'm seeing Zarkowitz. I'm seeing Joseph. We got Kisevich. Here we go. Jackson steps up. Plenty of time to throw. Ball came out. Could be a fumble. Pick it up. Go. No, incomplete. So pass deflected, defended by whoever came backside there. Galloway knocked that ball away.
Was close to being a fumble, too.
It was.
A little premature cannon, huh?
Yeah, that has happened a couple times.
Need to go talk to
Cannon
Dean
guy,
about that.
Cannon guy's very excited. Well, we can get executive producer of all things around the football field, Jessica Pacino, out there, and she would take care of that right away. There would be no more Cannon privileges if he keeps doing that.
Yeah, Jess wears a lot of hats, doesn't she?
She should be. 1 minute she's down there, and you see her walking across the field to do something else.
Yep.
So punt is coming. I think that is Lewis back again for the Indians.
Delay game.
Yeah, delay game. Yeah, you don't want to waste a timeout on that. You just take the 5. Unless you had a trick play in the bag.
So there's like 2 trains of thought. I'm a big fan of like showing stuff early, like
Yeah.
something that you wouldn't necessarily do, just to, I mean, because then other teams have to practice it, you know.
I think so too. I think you say, watch what this is going to happen. This is going to happen. You guys figure.
Yeah.
Guys like you say, when this guy's in the field, this is going to happen. Then it doesn't. You can work off that stuff.
A couple of teams I've played on, we were really big about like, if a team has to card it, which means like they have to run it on the scout team, then it wastes the offensive player or defensive player's job. It wastes our time and wastes everybody's time having to do that stuff that you might not even run in real life.
Well, and it makes a lot of sense because you said you're trying to make that other team, like I said, waste a lot of time and stuff.
Yeah, bad practice.
Yeah.
Go over things that they'll never see in the game, But you showed it, so they got to at least cover it, a little bit.
Right. We got a water break right here. We'll stay here for right now. talking about we've seen a lot of the athletes and the guys catching the ball. I would, right now with Venice, with this amount of talent on the field right now, these guys are all sort of showing what they can do a little bit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I know it's first game out. We said about the improvement, but Jaden Glasser, obviously, he's showing that he can control this team and run this team. Ryan Downs has shown that he can. He's got a lot of talent too, but he's able to do.
And you can kind of tell the trust is real.
Yeah.
It's not just talk in the newspaper or anything like that. Like the trust between both quarterbacks and what they're able to do and what they bring to the team is 100% real. And the team doesn't skip a beat no matter who's playing quarterback.
But right now, I mean, the thing that seems to be the unstoppable thing is going to be the two running backs right now.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, you're watching Gator Wilder and Alvin Johnson, and it's like, I don't know if you've seen it, but this is hard. I mean, this is real running. This is some stuff that they're doing, and you just saw what happened now. That last driver, Glasser could just pull it. And now what do you do?
Just so many threats, and what does the defense try to do, and how do they try to stop it?
So 1st and 10 from the 34-yard line. Glasser back to throw. Try to get a little tunnel screen, I guess.
Yep.
To Lewis, broken up by number 5, Stroud. Good play by him. Those are tough. There's a lot of timing with that. When they go, forget about it. I mean, they're fantastic if they're blocked right, but it's a tough play. Quick handoff to Wilder, following his blocks. Nice. That was a nice, just kind of took what he could get on that one.
Yeah.
He followed his blockers. And then
patient,
just
very patient.
And Barks did a nice job of not getting a holding penalty on that as well. So 3rd and 2 for the Indians from the 42-yard line.
Looks like a QB run.
Looks like a QB run when you got a fullback.
Cover 0 though, there's nobody back. Nice.
Glasser takes it, leans into it for a good 3-yard gain. Anthony Tanica downfield, finishing that block off at least 10 yards on the field. You'd like to see that from all your guys if you can.
I don't know if Glasser's been hit today, has he? When he's throwing the ball?
No, not throwing.
Yeah, obviously running.
Right,
but
right.
Throwing the ball, offense lines, offsides.
And that's that tempo. I mean, you go on 2, and the guy's been going on 1. Forget about it.
It's almost like you forget how to count to 2 because you go on 1 so many times,
You're like, that ball's coming out as soon as he does this.
Yeah.
Oh, they called it on. What's against the Indians?
Yeah, we jumped off the right tackle, jumped off sides.
Okay. That's I'm looking at the whole wrong thing. Glasser with the keeper.
But still, he spent all that time in the back, in the pocket, not getting touched. I mean, granted, he moved a lot, but still.
So 4-yard gain, 2nd and 11. Glasser looking. Lewis kind of gave up on the route a little bit there. Everybody was going deep.
Yeah. And they're going to have to do that sometimes, throw the ball deep, even if it's not a completion, just to test the defense.
Well, gosh, I mean,
keep them honest.
I've watched a lot of games and get frustration and say, like, when are we going to throw the ball deep?
Yeah.
When the safety's just creeping up. 3rd and 11. Look over to the sidelines for the play call. Looks like Coach Peacock and your brother are conversing about something down there right now.
Venice has 3 wide receivers to the field. Delay game, timeout.
Yeah, delay game. I mean, almost a timeout, almost a delay game. So Indians take a timeout here. We'll take a timeout as well here from Powell Davis Stadium. Be back to see if the Indians can convert on 3rd and 11. Back here shortly.
It's the Out of This World sales event at Douglas Jeep Chrysler Dodge Ram, and we just launched the most stellar deals of the year. It's Jeep season, so blast off in the new Jeep Compass Limited from only $339 per month, or leave the world behind in the new Jeep Grand Cherokee from $429 per month. It's Ram season, so shoot for the stars in the new Ram 1500 Quad Cab from only $369 per month. Don't miss the Out of This World sales event going on now at Douglas Jeep Chrysler Dodge Ram in Venice. Who has Out of This World savings? Douglas does!
It's Maverick for our friends at Tommy's Express Car Wash. You won't find a better wash than at Tommy's Express. 3 minutes in and out to save you time. With Venice now open, Tommy's now has 8 convenient locations in the area and many more to come. Join the Tommy Club here and you're a member at them all. Text the word WORKS to 52884 and get a free Works wash. Good luck this season and go Indians!
Would take Mahomes. Oh, here we were back. Glasser set the throw. Oh, tripped up. There's your hit. Number 9. Trey Jacobs, junior linebacker for the Titans on the sack on Mr. Jaden Glasser. Loss of 4. Makes it 4th and 15. And Judson's in the punt. 3:05 left in the third. Good. He gets a lot of hang time on it.
He does.
Just a matter of keeping it in bounds. Lose it.
I can't see if it's spinning or if it's end over end. You know what I mean? But definitely some good hang time.
So he just didn't get. Oh, the ball is in number 11's hands, Lee. So trying to mark it off. He's like, I got the ball. They lost it too. See where it ends up.
Yeah, what a setup they got down there, man, with that tent and the mister and everything.
Oh, it's
legit. TV. Goodness.
Talk about a tailgate.
I know,
you could
right?
pack that up and go with you. Got the TV set up, generator,
water
whole
kegs
deal.
everywhere.
Yep, it's all good. If I see a barbecue down there, I know something's going on.
All right. I don't know if I can handle that right now. I'm starving.
Yeah, this is going to be a long night for sure. They're still figuring it out. So I think the ball's going to get marked on the 30. Where is it marked? On the 40-yard line. So that would make it a 20-yard punt. Titans take over. 40-yard line, 1st and 10. McKay goes in motion quick. Oh, little inside screen that went nowhere. Try to hit Gainey with a little, almost like a jump pass, you want to call it that.
Yeah.
Pooch pass. Did not work. 2nd and 10. And they've been throwing a little bit more now, so they're trying to catch up a little bit.
Yep.
But they're the last 5 passes, they're 0 for 5. And another new quarterback, number 12, Jaden Roseberry.
I couldn't tell if I was 12 or 15, so I didn't want to say a new quarterback.
Yeah,
but
he's a new quarterback. So sets up, moves up. Looks like he can run around a little bit.
Yeah.
Floats it up downfield and
out of bounds.
Intended for Isaac. Ball's out of bounds.
Cramping.
And we got a cramp going over here.
It's good to see the backups getting in.
Yes,
know,
no,
on
I
both
like
sides
that
of the ball,
too.
for sure.
This is it's kind of turned into that game where the backups can get a little time in it for sure.
They deserve it, man. All the going through training camp just like everybody else did. You know.
Well, you asked me a question in the last break. Who would I draft first in fantasy draft?
Yeah.
I will tell you this. And we're just gonna talk a little football here.
And you said Mahomes, which isn't that
I said
against the rules
Mahomes
to pick a quarterback first overall?
Well, that's the thing. But right now, I don't even know because you don't. The quarterback position, there's 15 guys right now that can put a bunch of points up.
For sure, no question.
So you're like, okay, so he's the elite one. I mean, what I was going to say, honestly, was at first I might take Travis Kelce.
So I'm really biased. I always take a tight end first
well,
or second pick.
All right, rightfully so.
It's going to be Kittle or Kelce. Those are my first 2 picks.
But he's so far ahead of everybody from statistics from last year.
Yeah.
He's the diamond in the rough, and then you can get a back or you can get a quarterback and receivers. It's just a matter of who's hot that week.
Yeah.
I mean, you have some guys that can really do some stuff, but who's hot? That's the deal. So 3rd down and 10 for the Titans. A little fantasy football talk. Rodberry.
Great ball.
Oh, dropped.
Oh, he dropped it.
Wilson dropped that one.
He's had a tough night. A couple of targets.
He has. I mean, you know, he's sort of getting covered, and now he's got Brantley on him a little. Maybe they put a little space and just kind of lost track of where the ball was.
What is the running clock rule in high school?
He's got to be up 35.
Okay. So one more touchdown, and we should be good. Then.
We got 25. We got to put 2 more scores. It's those 2-point conversions.
Yeah.
But you can get 8 and be 40, but you're still only 33. So Titans set the punt. The back tee is Lewis for the Indians.
Ooh.
Oh, you had it, 14.
Jeez.
Low line drive. Lewis is going to let it roll. That's smart.
Yep.
You know, it's coming at you. You just got to have the discipline not to do it, because it could be bad for you.
They're going to go with downs here. Or they're going to go, yeah. Looks like he's going in.
Yeah, I think he is. It's the right time, like you said.
I agree 100%. Now, what would be really impressive is, do we have 3 quarterbacks?
Yeah, where the third one is, I'm sure he's there somewhere. Ball's marked at the Venice 20-yard line. So Ryan Downs in a quarterback to see what he can do. He keeps it. Nice strong run. Keep him going, moving his feet. Takes it up to about the 28-yard line. Brought down by number 52. That's Tyson Takuafu. That's a tough one. So 8-yard gain for Downs. 2nd and 2. Keeps it again. Ooh, kind of a leg bending tackle. By
heavy package coming in. 3 offensive linemen.
There we go. Number 23, Matthew Stahl on the tackle. So 3rd down and 1 for the Indians. Their own 29-yard line. Keeps it again.
Yep.
Gets a good push fumble. No, they're saying he's down. So we got a 5-yard gain and a 1st down for the Indians.
See the replay. What does it look like to you?
Yeah, it came out right there. Yeah. So good call by the refs. We got to give them. We'll compliment them when they get it right, right?
It's hard to get it right, man. A lot of times. Happens so fast.
Other than a lot of discussions about things, they've done a good job tonight.
Sure.
They haven't been too much part of the game. So
I agree.
Glasser back in at quarterback. Steps up, scrambles. Oh, breaks out of the pile. That's good. You take what you get there. Marking at just outside the 40-yard line for a 6-yard gain. 2nd and 4.
Did he get a little hurt there, huh? Something happened.
He could have, maybe the helmet fell off or something like that. You never know what it is. So 2nd and 4. Handoff to Wilder. And he's running wild again. Man, if he didn't get tripped up, he might have been still running there.
He's just violent when he runs. You know, there's nothing like.
And his arms are going and his pads are coming out of his shirt. He's got that whole look. 6-yard gain, 1st and 10. Venice 46-yard line. Lester is coming off the field. Lewis heading over to where Lester came from.
25 seconds left.
Glasser back in. So now they're alternating, it looks like. Oh, great throw and catch right there. Glasser rolling, turns, spins out, and finds Barksdale. Good 30 yards down. That's a 30-yard throw going against your body, and put it right on the hands.
It's impressive.
Ball's at the 34-yard line of the Titans. And Glasser keeps it. One cut down to the 13-yard line.
Titans defense is getting a little
They're
tired.
tired. Yeah, I don't blame them at this point. And that's into the third quarter with your score, Indians 32, Titans 7. We'll take a break right here, come back to Powell Davis Stadium for the fourth quarter of this Kickoff Classic. Be back here shortly.
It's the Out of This World sales event at Douglas Jeep Chrysler Dodge Ram, and we just launched the most stellar deals of the year. It's Jeep season, so blast off in the new Jeep Compass Limited from only $339 per month, or leave the world behind in the new Jeep Grand Cherokee from $429 per month. It's Ram season, so shoot for the stars in the new Ram 1500 Quad Cab from only $369 per month. Don't miss the Out of This World sales event going on now at Douglas Jeep Chrysler Dodge Ram in Venice. Who has Out of This World savings? Douglas does!
Tri-County Land Development, servicing the Charlotte, Sarasota, and Manatee areas for over 19 years. Quality workmanship in residential and commercial site development ensure that what you need is done right the first time. Tri-County Land Development.
It's Maverick for our friends at Tommy's Express Car Wash. You won't find a better wash than at Tommy's Express. 3 minutes in and out to save you time. With Venice now open, Tommy's now has 8 convenient locations in the area and many more to come. Join the Tommy Club here and you're a member at them all. Text the word WORKS to 52884 and get a free Works wash. Good luck this season, and go Indians!
And we're back here at Powell Davis Stadium, back here. First and 10 at the 13-yard line. Handoff to Jamaris Wilder, touchdown, 13-yard run. Good hard run, good cut off the block, and he takes it in for the touchdown. See if we get the replay on this one. Jaden Glasser in the backfield with him, and he just, simple inside handoff, and he, good block right there.
Great movement
Number
by the offensive
66.
line.
Good block by Chifo. And he took it right in. Giving number 66 a little credit. That's Lance Zarkowitz. Or not. Is it Zark? No. Low. I'm looking at the wrong. It's Lance Lazarchik. So get him his credit. And Ryan Downs is in for the 2-point conversion. Let's see what he does.
Offsides?
Somebody jumped. Yeah, offsides on them. Handoff to Johnson.
Man, they almost pushed the defensive line to the back of the end zone.
That's when you know you're. That's that tired feeling right there. So that makes it 38. No, it was 40. It should be 40. Indians 40, Titans 7, with very, 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 very little time taken off the clock on that first drive. So. Again, Titans are going to come out. They got their third quarterback in. Didn't do as much as the other guys did. Indians got their backups in. Let's see how these backups play. I know a few of them, they're not really backups. They're just 1A, 1B kind of scenario,
sure.
Which is really good.
It's always good to be in that position.
Right, and I think that's we talked about the athletes we have, but the depth is what another part of it too.
Mm-hmm.
You get to see the depth now, where you got these guys that are going to be playing linebacker. You're like, whoa, I didn't expect that from the backup linebacker, and you'd always see some stuff.
You'd always want to get these guys in as early as possible in the season, just so that when they do need to go in the regular season, save for an injury or something like that, that they've had some type of playing underneath their belt. Oh, that's a good kick.
That one stayed in. Good tackle by number 14. That is Malachi Corbett. Good tackle by him. Mm-hmm. Good form tackle. You see how he just kind of. Yeah. When you see a good tackle, you know it, right? And that was one. That's a good tackle.
And the first two guys, they didn't break down, so they ran right past the ball.
Right.
It's all good though. Learning experience for everybody.
you think about what they're thinking. They're coming downfield. They're running, all the way down, and they're like, here we go, and then boom, I went right past the play.
You're not blocked. You're licking your chops. I'm going to smack this guy, and next thing you know, the dude's already past you.
So 1st and 10 from the Titan 24-yard line. Quick handoff. And still on his feet, number 27, I believe that is. Brought down by Joseph, along with Judson and number 68, Reed. So we'll give them all some credit on that one.
So what do we got next week? We got Armwood next week.
Armwood here. Again, everybody, so you know, looks like they're talking about another 8 o'clock start. They're just worried about getting here with the buses. They were actually later than that today. So, well, good run.
And Armwood's playing Lakeland tonight.
That's a good game. Lakeland kind of replacing a lot of guys this year. So that was number 27 again for the Titans with the first down run.
Including their head coach, right? Lakeland.
Yep. Zayas on the run. Brings the ball up to the 48-yard line. Quick pass. Go! In and out of the hands of number 19, I believe it is. Kisevich. Incomplete. So 2nd and 10. Handoff again to Zayas. Brought down by Charles.
Final of the Armwood game, Lakeland 28, Armwood 13.
Okay. So Lakeland did a little replacing.
Yep.
Number 12, Roseberry in at quarterback. Run a little clock here. Roseberry, lots of room on the outside, and he's still in bounds. Cuts. Oh, fumbled. And we got the ball. So hustle play down. If you watch the replay on that one, real hustle play by number 53 on this play.
It's always the guy from behind, bro. Watch, he punches it. Boop.
That is Hupp making a play downfield and picked up by number 42, Borelli. So fumble recovery for Borelli. Fumble caused by Hupp. And a tackle. Good job by those guys. But after a long run, though, that went down to the 26-yard line. So a 23-yard run with a fumble lost.
Downs in at quarterback.
Ryan Downs back in there at quarterback. 1st and 10 at the 26. Not much moving on the line right there. Running back in there, number 32. That's Wes Bigelow. So gain of 1 for him. 2nd and 9.
So you got your fantasy league on Sunday.
Yeah.
How many leagues are you in?
1.
Okay.
I used to be in 3, but that just got to be
a lot.
frustrating and confusing after a while.
Good
Downs,
catch.
good throw.
Good
Nice catch by Matulovic.
Good hands catch right there.
Yeah, absolutely. So up to 36. So it's 3rd and 1. Barely 1, too. Downs keeps it.
Full head of steam.
That's a weapon. You know, when you got 3rd and 1 and you know that guy can get behind somebody and get that 1 yard. Big body. He picked up 2 on the carry. 1st and 10 at the Venice 38-yard line.
Lester.
Yep, Charles Lester on the play. Just looking to run before he caught it. Watch, right? It's textbook. Boop. See him looking already?
His head. Look at his head. Yeah,
his head was going. So we've all done that.
Oh, no question. No question.
Then you look at your hands. It's the first thing you do.
It's their fault. What's wrong with
What
you,
is
hand?
wrong with you? My eyes don't need to be looking at the ball. You felt it. You had to. Pass intended and caught by Lester on that one. A little easy pitch and catch up to the 41, gain of 3. Makes it 3rd and 7. Talking about fantasy football, though, what an industry it's become.
Oh, my goodness.
You know, it's like, and football fans, you just love it because you got your own team. You know,
Corner's
it's
wide
weird.
Catch.
Great
catch.
throw and catch. Nope, we don't want to do that stuff. There we go. You're winning, Venice. You don't have to worry about that. That's their problem, not yours.
It was almost as if the referee was just watching it happen.
He
was
was.
just sitting there.
It's like, what's going to be a fight? He formed the fight circle.
Goodness.
Good throw, put it on him. Good adjustment right there. And gets a little extra yardage. He was out at the 35-yard line, so 1st and 10 for the Indians at the Titan 35. Downs keeps it. Good run.
Man.
Great run. There's the speed we were talking about.
Yep.
He showed it against Naples in the spring game, and he shows it right there as well. 35-yard touchdown run by Ryan Downs.
Tampa Bay had a corner right there to make the tackle and just dove at his feet.
He didn't want any part of
Nah,
6'5".
He didn't want any of that action.
With a head of steam, you know what I mean? That's, you're like, eesh. Do I really want to make that tackle?
Right there, boom.
Long strides, too. I mean, just that's tough to want to get in front of.
No question.
So 2-point conversion again here.
Delay a game. False start.
False start for the Indians.
And now we have the running clock.
They've had more penalties on 2-point conversions
Right.
than anything else. I'm gonna put a little note and maybe I'll text Coach Peacock and say, hey, you know what? You need to clean up the 2-point conversions.
I think he's aware of that.
He'll look at me like, ah, yeah. And 2-point conversion is good. Number 34 for the Indians. Dorian Jones takes it in, 9th grader, freshman on the carry.
Awesome.
Gets in there for the 2-point conversion. So now we go running clock.
Yes.
So we're at that point now. So it's going to probably be. It says it started yet? Yes, it has
it's
started.
going, yeah.
So kickoffs take a lot of time.
Everything's going to take
Everything takes a lot of time. So there's no doubt about it. So I guess we can start, putting a little cap on this game here.
Yes, sir.
I think that they after the first drive, the defense really, really buckled down and played great. Let's give them their due. They did an awesome job on adjustments. A very athletic team. The kid McKay, we talked about him. They got the kid Wilson. Almost, we talk about having two quarterbacks. They had 3.
I know.
I couldn't tell you who was better. I really can't.
Yeah.
Rogers seemed poised, but so did the other 2. So they had some good stuff, and the defense definitely shut them down. Kane Judson set the kickoff for the Indians. See if it goes deep. Well, he pooches again.
To the other side. Wow. He goes both.
Oh, it stayed in bounds, too.
Wow. Yeah, I think, like you hit on, I think we got to figure out these penalties, not get behind the sticks early on, especially at the very beginning of a drive. But, other than that, we came out maybe a little jittery. First game of the year, first real game. We've been hitting our own teammates for a couple weeks now. Now we get a chance to go against somebody else. But great in-game adjustments against a very athletic team. Definitely from the skill position, very athletic.
And we saw what we hoped to expect from the offense.
Yeah.
Ball got spread around. Quarterbacks both made good throws. You saw the two-headed monster in the backfield. That really, to me, that was a shiny penny tonight to see that combination of guys. What they're able to do. And at the end of the day, they're probably going to both have 15 carries or 14 carries. That keeps you fresh.
Yep.
That keeps you in the game. The there's a bit of a technique, I guess you would say, on how you're going to get these guys in and out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no question. You got to keep everybody happy
Yeah.
too. Like, how do you do all that, especially the wideouts and the quarterbacks? I mean, there's a lot of pieces to the puzzle that need
Yeah.
to be, put correctly at the right time.
No doubt about it. So if you're saying earlier about you like to maybe throw a play in there to watch, man, you got a lot to watch right now.
A lot to watch.
A lot to watch. If you're Armwood, you're like, whoa.
I wouldn't want to go against our offense if I was Armwood.
And then to tack on the tempo on top of everything else, it's a lot.
Yep.
Quick throw out to McKay. Ooh, he makes one Indian miss, and he's still on his feet. He's out of bounds though.
Yeah, I would say, on the offensive side, it's great to see the offensive line dominate, especially on some of these runs. You don't have holes like that if you don't have a dominant offensive line. But I would say I was the most impressed with Wilder out of everybody. I think both quarterbacks, showed what we thought they could do. But, I felt like Wilder just ran so hard every single time he got the ball. And he had some adversity. He fumbled the ball and came right back to it.
Right. He didn't put his head down. He kept going, and that's what you want to see. That's maturity when you do that.
Yeah. Adversity is good. Adversity is very good, especially early on in the season. You learn from that.
Yeah, Roseberry brought down by Borelli. No, I'm sorry, Rue, number 24. 2nd and 1. 49-yard line. Looks like another quick. Oh, nobody open. Oh, did he get it? He did.
Yeah.
He's got the ball. Yeah, good play. That's Kane Judson, Mr. Do-It-All tonight. Punting, kicking, pooching, intercepting. He's doing all kinds of good stuff. Was beat on the play, but a little underthrown, and then went back and made a nice play on the ball.
Yep. Speaking of Do-It-All, Jessica Pluchino just showed up.
There she is.
There she is. Mrs. Do-It-All.
I think she just cleaned the concession stand. No, we're just giving her a hard time because she does a lot for everybody. We appreciate her help with our stuff, and of course everything she does for the booster clubs as well. Little timeout right now on the field.
Clock's still running.
It is still running because like this is where it gets to that point where it's like
perfect.
Gets a little bit, everything goes a little bit slower.
It's gonna be a long bus ride home for Tampa Tech.
Yeah, no doubt. 1st and 10 from the 25-yard line. Quick handoff. That's the freshman Jones. He takes it upfield to about the 28-yard line.
Did JV didn't play this week, right? They play next week.
No, they start their schedule next. We have a freshman game next Wednesday.
Okay. And do they play Armwood, freshman and JV?
No, they cobbled together a schedule with local teams.
Cool.
That was Downs pass complete to Corbett. Malachi Corbett on the catch, 1st down Indians. Up to the 37-yard line, 9-yard gain. Downs will go over for the play. 2:43 left on the clock. Quick handoff to Jones. Good hard run.
Yeah, ran hard.
Brought down by number 25 and number 29 of the Titans. Ball's up to the 44-yard line after the 7-yard gain. 2nd and 3. O-line, this is your the guys we're talking about that can play. They're doing a good job. They're coming off the ball, opening up some holes.
Yeah, they've done a great job tonight.
Got a little messy in the backfield on that one.
Yeah. Penetration kills a lot of runs, I can tell you that.
Oh, you're at the mesh point. You're not doing anything except holding on to the ball at that point. So loss of 1 on the play makes it 3rd and 4. Back to the 43-yard line.
A lot of Indian faithful still here.
Yeah, we're coming to see at the end. You want to see the other kids. You know what I mean? That's always good about the hometown crowd because they're here to watch everybody. You know what I mean? They're enjoying that.
For sure.
Quick throw by Downs. That was a heck of a throw. Kind of a different arm angle on that one. Ball intended for Lavelle. So 4th and 4. at the 43-yard line. This is where I think, you have options. I would run it probably here, see if Jones can pick it up, because the clock's going to keep running anyway.
Yeah.
Watching the sideline body language too, it's good. Everybody's sort of, they're all into the game.
Engaged,
they're watching. They're
yeah.
standing up.
Yep.
They're not talking to somebody at the fence. That's good. It's good to see.
As they should be,
Yes. Timeout Indians. Not want to take a penalty there. Only way you can stop the clock is if you call a timeout, Coach. But again, so yeah, lot to talk. A lot of good stuff.
A lot of positive. Yep. A lot of positive.
And now you look for that improvement in the next game, and I'm sure Coach will have a few things to say about things that need to definitely clean up. We kidding, but it's true. The 2-point conversion, that needs to be cleaned up a little bit.
Yeah.
You're not going to go for 2-point conversions once your kicker is back, and for the most part. But you definitely need to clean that up.
It's good though. You got a different team giving you different looks. You think you know what they're going to line up in, but it's a whole different look, and it's good to get some type of self-scouting.
Right.
People are really big on self-scouting. Even colleges and professional teams have a whole department that self-scouts their team every single week. Just even small stuff like hand signals and alignments and stances and that type of stuff. So
right.
You get to look at the film, look at how you can beat the defenses that they're going to give you on 2-point conversions, and come up with some new plays.
And you're right. Talk about self-scouting. All the tells you can try to get on certain things. Somebody's knuckles are white. He's going to be run blocking and that kind of stuff, and just stances and everything else. So yeah, really important. Ryan Downs keeps it on 4th and 4, picks up the first down, carrying a bunch of Titans down inside almost the 41-yard line. So good 16-yard gain on 4th and 4 for Ryan Downs. And maybe one more play or one or two more plays, and we'll be sending everybody home. Indians go home with a smile. Titans, like I said, the good things too. They got things they can improve, obviously, but they showed they're a good team as well.
No question.
Jones on the carry. Breaks 2 tackles. That's good hard running right there, too.
See, for his standpoint, you got to do that if you want to get in the game. The 2 guys in front of you are running hard.
And I think that's it. They're coming off the field. So with that, 13. That's the ball game. The cannon gave us a signal right there, right? Your final score tonight: Indians 46, Tampa Bay Tech Titans 7. We'll take a quick break, come back and do a little quick wrap-up and maybe a few stats here at Powell Davis Stadium, and then we'll take it home and rest up for tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
Everybody, we'll be back here in just a few minutes.
It's the Out of This World sales event at Douglas Jeep Chrysler Dodge Ram, and we just launched the most stellar deals of the year. It's Jeep season, so blast off in the new Jeep Compass Limited from only $339 per month, or leave the world behind in the new Jeep Grand Cherokee from $429 per month. It's Ram season, so shoot for the stars in the new Ram 1500 Quad Cab from only $369 per month. Don't miss the Out of This World sales event going on now at Douglas Jeep Chrysler Dodge Ram in Venice. Who has Out of This World savings? Douglas does!
And we're back here with the final score of Indians 46, Titans 7. Trey, we talked a lot already about what the performance of the Indians. Real quick, though, I'll give Jaden Glasser. He ended up finishing 15 out of 22 for just a little under 180 yards.
Cool.
You got Jamaris Wilder over 100 yards rushing, easily over 100 yards. But again, Alvin Johnson with three touchdowns. Mm-hmm. You saw the quarterbacks being able to run and throw. Again, a real tight situation. And then, of course, the defense. I would say there was nobody who really stood out for the defense tonight. just a solid all-around performance. I think Coach Shannon would look at that after his adjustment in the first half and say, like, man, I'll take that all day.
No question.
I'll spread the tackles all over the place, and everybody's in their position. I think Tampa Bay Tech game planning in some ways did kind of get the ball to a lot of different places, and the Indians responded. Everybody who had a chance to make a play on defense did make a play.
If you could nitpick one thing on defense, it would just be the tackling in the open field.
Right.
You know, setting the
Right.
edges and making sure that the outside zones and then jet sweeps and stuff don't get outside. But I mean, they'll get that all figured out. And like you said, Coach Shannon did a great job, you know, adjusting, tweaking the game plan just a little bit to make sure that those
Right.
runs and, you know, break for long runs and long gains and stuff like that.
Absolutely. So with that, our kickoff classics in the book. It doesn't count on the regular season schedule, but it counts in everybody's mind. That's
No
for
question.
sure. You
Hey,
got
if they keep score, it counts.
That's exactly right. So next week, 8 o'clock, we'll look at 8 o'clock kickoff again. We got our athletic department gave us the go on that. So everybody who's out there watching, make sure you know 8 o'clock start. We'll be starting pregame right around 7:15 again. Trey will be here again next
Yes,
week.
I will. Yes,
For
sir.
the Armwood game, and I will be here as well. With that, we'd like to thank you, thank our guys from Vibrant Asterisk Media, Francis and his crew, and all the volunteers. Everybody here at the stadium, we appreciate all your help. With that, we'll wrap it up here from Powell Davis. Again, final score 46. Venice Indians 46, Tampa Bay Titans 7. For Trey Burton, I'm John Massoni. See you here next week on the VSN Football Network. See you then.